All right, welcome to the NorCal Sports Network. And you're looking at the last time you may see a Giants background on the NorCal Sports Network because we put a fork in them before, but now we can officially put the fork in these guys. They're done. It's football season now, and we go to the Niner background. No more Giants background in 2023. We may not even have a background for them in 24 as they are. If they bring back this regime, guys, they looked absolutely pathetic on this road trip. They're 1-5. Pretty much what we talked about a few nights ago. We said they're going to go into Arizona and lose both.
Yep.
They're just playing, out the string right now. Let's go around the room real quick. Give us tonight's show. We're going to have some call-ins. We got a special guest in the green room that's going to come in about right after our takes. So let's start it with we'll go around the horn from my right. We'll go Sean down to Bora, over to Los, up to Eric, and then so what's your thoughts on this road trip and the team that you're seeing right now?
Okay, so what's up, everyone? So my take is I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I've never rooted against a team that I've loved my entire life more than this year. And I am happy that they're not going to squeak into the playoffs and get smoked in the first round. I'm happy that Tom Verducci wrote the article. I'm happy that I think that's the second national article that's kind of called them out recently in the last week or so. I don't think anything's going to happen, but I'm happy that the ball is starting to roll, right? The ball is starting to roll. I saw somewhere that it says that I think only 800 people did the early renewal for the season tickets. I love that. So I think that might be the only thing that gets this ball really moving is the pocketbook. So that's my take. I don't really feel bad. I'm
I hear you. I'm in the same boat. What does that say to a ownership group that you got 5 diehard Giants fans in here, met many last night at the Arizona Diamondbacks Giants game, many more listening to in the Bay Area, heard Bonta say it today. You've ticked off a fan base so bad that they're rooting against you because they want a new, fresh start. That's awful. I mean, I've never rooted for the Dodgers, I don't think, once in my lifetime. But I'm looking for a sweep this weekend. I hate the Dodgers. But I just can't stand the way the Giants are being run, and I want them to fall flat on their faces so that the ownership would wake up and say, how do we bring these guys back? But you heard enough from me already. Go ahead, Bora.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm stoked, really. I think I'm in the same boat as everybody here, and I'm just gonna mirror what Sean said. This team isn't good. I'm happy that they're falling apart in front of our very eyes. And I think it's even better that they're falling apart against the Rockies and D-backs, not necessarily the Dodgers or the Braves or the Phillies. They're falling against like mid teams. And the Diamondbacks aren't really technically mid, but they just lost 3 out of 4 in Colorado to the worst team in the National League. If that doesn't scream done, I don't know what does. This team is absolutely done. I mean, just if you had watched the 2 games today and yesterday, no other games in the season, you would have thought this is the worst team in all of baseball. They can't hit, they can't pitch, and they can't field. It's just horrible. And my mom texted me last night.
Busting out the mom text. Here we go.
She's not a super Giants fan, but she tunes in every day.
Mom texting, that's bad.
And her text, and I quote, all right, Gabe Kapler sucks so bad. Last night's game defeated me as a fan.
Oh,
Even mom's thrown in the towel.
Yeah. And
All
she's hung in there for a while, but
Awesome.
it's just it's over.
Los.
I said it all pretty much last night. Dan was on a lot with you guys, and I just had my little spot moments. But you heard what I said. Arrivederci, Trattori last night. But for everybody out there, you can welcome yourself to the Los and Haruku bandwagon, because we were the only ones that called them out in June when they were winning.
Los,
Easy to call them out now.
I got to give you credit. You're the only one in this room that actually said below 500 the second half. You said they would end up with, I can't remember how many wins, but it was. I
said they would go like 38 and 43 in the second half, and probably be
something.
Like 1 or 2 games. I don't know what that added up to, but
yeah, it was some. I can't remember, but you nailed it.
But,
yeah, I don't even think they're going to win 38 or whatever it was. I don't think it was that many games. I think they only had like 60 games for the second half.
When we went around and they were winning, and we kind of went around talking about their playoff possibilities.
Yeah, I was excited at that point.
Could they win the division?
All right, let's.
When we went around all that, I think Haruku was the only one that backed me in here and just said, "Yeah, I don't see it. Just smoke and mirrors." So,
yeah,
if the Giants were a chessboard, they're a bunch of pawns, and until they get kings, queens, bishops, rooks, and horses, they're not going to win. That's all they have is a bunch of pawns. So, it is what it is. Not much more to say. They're just an average to below average team, and it's come to fruition.
Yeah, well said, Eric.
You're muted.
Eric, you're muted.
The Band-Aid has been ripped off.
Hey, that sounded pretty good, Eric. That's
the
the first
Band-Aid.
time.
Yeah, you like that? The Band-Aid's been ripped off finally. You know what I'm saying? We've had this festering infection on whatever part of the body you want to say. You had a Band-Aid over it. You gotta take care of that infection, and it's now been ripped off. Remember though, this is the first step though. This has got to lead to something bigger. Yes, we're happy to see failure, not because we want our team to fail, but we want the people who are running this organization to be gone.
They have to wake up.
Flushed out.
You got to wake them up.
This is the only way. If we've been talking about needing change for months on this show, and the only way that this happens is for them to fall on their face during the regular season. If they keep, like Sean said, if they barely get into the playoffs, what's going to happen? Oh, there's going to be, we got into the playoffs. They could stick around. We're doing well, but it's not. They needed to fail for something to happen, and mission accomplished. So hopefully this is leading to bigger things to come with the exit of Mr. Farhan and Gabe Kapler.
All right, very good, very good. The panel has spoken. We are now going to hear from a guest, a friend of Sean Proctor's up there in the right corner. I'm going to let you introduce Sean and give him a good intro, Eric.
You bet.
Give him our intro, and then Sean, take it away. Tell us, give us a preface about this.
Thank you. That's a good intro. Yeah, that's a good intro. So this is Sean, hailing from Granite Bay, formerly from San Jose.
Nice.
Knows ball, plays ball. Okay, knows his sports. Very knowledgeable, good dude. I'm not going to say what his takes are, but he's here to jump in the den like a solid baseball player should.
Is this the Lions' den?
It's not the Lions.
No.
I told him it's gonna be.
It seems like it. It seems like it.
No, it's good.
I don't have a lot of hot takes, to be honest. Maybe I do, but you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I blame it all on the cruise patches. I think it's the cruise patches.
There we go.
That's where it all
There it
goes
is.
downhill.
They've won like 8 games with the patch on or something crazy.
That's what I'm saying,
That
man.
is true.
No, Sean and I talk almost every single day on text message about the state of the Giants. We have differing opinions. That's why I wanted him to come on because Sean is under the firm belief that he thinks that we should give Farhan and Gabe another year. And so And throughout the whole year, I'm like, really, man? Like, why? What have they done? And Sean sticks to his guns, and he's got his beliefs. So that's why I wanted him to come on and share that with us, because we can't get anyone else to come on who thinks the other way.
Yeah, it's good. I love a
That's
different
where
count.
This I got to hear.
So
Go ahead,
yeah,
Sean.
that's personally where I've landed. I'm a longtime Giants fan, as everyone else is here, and it's it's been a pretty sad state. The past 5 seasons, with the exception of the 107 win season. But a couple things. So we're obviously, when Farhan took the reins, it was to commit to the rebuild, which is difficult. Like, we've been so spoiled for a few decades. We didn't touch to the postseason during the long years. But 2010, 2012, 2014, it was an insane run. And I think a lot of us took that for granted. And a lot of us, I don't think, generally speaking, the fan base were prepared to see the end of that dynasty and to come to the fact that, we were going to have to undertake a serious rebuild, restock the farm, and start from scratch. And that's huge. We've seen teams scuffle with that process over and over again. But then you see teams eventually get to where they need to be. Like, look at the Orioles, for example, right? Look at the Diamondbacks. They're not contending like a lot of people maybe thought they would be this year, but like, their farm is stacked, and they've got serious talent in the minors, and they're gonna be a problem in the next few years. And my hope, like 2 or 3 years ago, is that we would be in that same position. And I don't know. I feel like that might have been a possibility. The problem is Farhan he's the analytics guy, which has paid dividends with the Athletics. Clearly, he was a benefit there, and he made some deft moves there that sent them to the postseason 3 years in a row. He was sharp with the Dodgers. He was a huge benefit there as far as their drafting and development. But he also had other people in the front office to temper like the analytics side. Now that he's GM, I feel like he's kind of running wild with that. He's fully leaning into that without anyone else to kind of push back against him. Mm-hmm. And you can't just go off the data alone, right? You got to go with your gut. And on top of that, you got to make the game exciting for the fans. Like, that's the bottom line. If you're not putting a good product on the field, if you're not entertaining the fans, if your attendance for the season is down 26%, that's the bottom line. That's a big problem.
Big.
And going back to my earlier point, I think we could have been a perennial contender at this point as far as the progress in our rebuild. But like, we're not giving our rookies a chance to do anything. They're so focused on splits and platooning, and you have these guys that he wouldn't have drafted them. He wouldn't have brought them up if they didn't have the tools. So we know they have the tools. We're just not getting the chance to see them develop these tools, and they can't do it unless they're playing every day. Right. You cannot. It's so stifling for these players. So I feel like he's fighting against himself in this instance. I think he's smart enough, and hopefully has the awareness to realize that he is getting in his own way. And like I said, we're in a rebuild. That's a huge undertaking. I think it's like the majority of the draft class from 2020, 2021 or 2022. 2020.
Yeah, that's the one with that has Bailey and Schmidt.
Oh, no. I was going to say that I think it was the 2021 or 2022 draft class. The majority of those guys are already in AA.
Yeah.
So they're progressing quickly, and who knows, maybe those guys can make an impact next season. And that's kind of where I landed on the one additional season, giving these guys one more chance to look at the writing on the wall and listen to the fans, appreciate the bottom line, and to make some serious changes and to figure out how to figure out this balancing act of bringing putting an entertaining product on the field and trying to get out of their own way in terms of the analytics.
My question, Sean, is I totally hear what you're saying. Like, that's great. But if they brought up Matos and Schmidt and a cup of coffee for Luciano, Bailey came up. He's played a lot because he's an absolute stud. What makes you think that all of a sudden next year they're going to be like, oh, no, Conforto, you're on the bench. Haniger, you're on the bench. Flores, you're on the bench.
Yaz.
Yaz.
Later.
You're on the bench. All these guys are on the contract still, and I just don't see. I don't see Farhan being like.
I mean, move them.
What?
Move them when the opportunity presents itself. If you're
totally agree. I don't
totally agree with that.
If you're getting, if you're not getting a whole lot back for them, then oh well, you're gonna have to eat it, and that's the bed you made. You're gonna have to lie in it.
Yeah, Sean, we at the trade deadline, we were doing some trade deadline shows. We were actually talking about, we thought the Giants, it was the best opportunity. It was such a seller's market this year because
it was comical. It was comical how poorly we handled.
We think they should have sold off Cobb. We think JD Davis, guys like Yaz and Slater and Haniger, Conforto, get them all gone. Get young, controllable prospects that can hit, because you can't seem to get them as free agents. Get guys like Crow, the guy that's with the Cubs. What's his name?
Armstrong Crow.
Armstrong Crow, or Baltimore's got
Armstrong Crow.
No worries.
Pete Crow Armstrong, other way around.
Crow Armstrong. That
dude sounds like an all-star. What? Where's this guy?
He's with the Cubs.
Oh, dude, he needs to be on the Giants. That guy sounds like a star.
Yeah, Baltimore had a couple of studs that are coming up, that outfielders.
Let's not forget Corbin Carroll.
Get those guys that can hit and go young. I was on with FP Santangelo last night, and I said, the Giants either need to do one of two things. They either need to spend money and go get real players that are actual all-star caliber players, or break it all up and just play the youth. But this mid-level thing of playing guys that are average at best, they are the play last night with Haniger, that the pop-up that is down the left field line should have easily been caught. He just kind of jogs in toward it and takes it on a safe bounce. It erupts for a 4-run inning. You don't have athletes. You could have had.
It's not exciting. It's not exciting. And the game was, the league made some great alterations to the game to make it faster, to make it more exciting.
Totally.
Exactly. And Arizona's a step ahead of everybody.
It's just what it's doing for us is making our play more embarrassing, to be honest.
Yep.
Right.
Correct. And the funny thing is,
Farhan built this, and this is my problem with Farhan, is at the trade deadline, he said, and he said it last year at 22, we have the guys in the clubhouse right here to make the run. He said it 2 years in a row, and he did nothing. He traded for JD Davis last year, and he got AJ Pollock this year. That's all he did. When this year they were in the 1 spot at the trade deadline, they were the first wild card. They were ahead of the Phillies, everybody, and he did nothing because he believed in this team. That tells me that he doesn't have an eye for the right type of talent. He doesn't see what's necessary, because he signed Haniger for 3 years. He signed Conforto for 2 with an opt-out. Here's my question for you, and I respect everything you said. I agree with everything you said. My only take is bringing him back for an extra year. Doesn't that, it's not a team that's going to all of a sudden start winning and make the playoffs, because it's the young guys are not ready to crash, go through that hurdle right now. The old guys we know are not good enough. So isn't the talk going to be all year long? This looks like it's his last year. This looks like Gabe and Farhan's last year. They may make it to 500. Why would you want another year of that turmoil hanging over the team when you could just start fresh and go in with low expectations next year, knowing it's going to be a rebuild?
Yeah, I get that. And Sean posed that same question to me, and my answer was, I want to give them one more opportunity to utilize the talent that is waiting in the wings to to spend money to utilize that talent and to spend some of the money we have in our war chests. Lord knows we have a lot of it at this point.
Let me.
I want to see them commit. So I want to see them reflect on the problems they've encountered the past few seasons.
They won't.
Admit that they made a lot of errors.
They won't.
And start committing to. They probably won't, but if they do, great. And no one expects them to be in contention next season. But if at least they start utilizing the youth that they have, spend some money on some star caliber players, and then 2025 they're fielding like a legit team.
But let me go back with this with you, because the philosophy wise, you're 100% right on, but in practicality, they don't operate that way. Marco Luciano's first game as a pro, they pinch hit for him in the 7th inning, up 2 runs.
I
His
agree.
First game,
that's the problem.
their philosophy is to platoon everybody. They platoon Brandon Crawford. They pinch hit. Now, I don't have a problem bringing up Wilmer Flores, but if you're going to do that to your most decorated veteran who's in his last year, and you just kind of like, hey, it was a right-handed pitcher. You had the matchup, but they still brought in Flores. I just don't think they're so into matchups. They're never going to give their young guys an opportunity with all the veterans on the team. They have to clean house. So Dan, they won't get rid of the veterans because they're paying them too much.
Sean, I have a question for you. What gives you confidence going into next year that Farhan and Kapler will play the young kids?
I'm a relentless optimist.
Okay.
Here's the other thing. I mentioned this earlier. Attendance is down 26%.
Yeah.
We're one of 5 teams in the entire league where attendance dropped this year. And we're not selling tickets. And ownership's going to be like, what the hell's going on? And actually, there was an article, Kawakami in The Athletic. There's rumors now circulating that ownership has changed. They came out a few months ago and said, oh, their jobs are saying, Zaidi and Kapler, they're safe. And now there's rumors going around that might not be the case.
When was that article?
That was today.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So
the heat is on. The heat
let me
is
ask
on.
Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this. And Lou Marston, you can please comment on this because you're one of our season ticket holders in the chat, longtime season ticket holder. Lou got hit with the September 6th deadline to get their seats for next year. My question is, and Sean said he thought only 800 or so, fell for that. My question is, do you think the Giants did this? Are they smart enough to do this to gauge what the fan base is doing, their excitement for going forward with this current operation? And did they do that early? Because they've always done it late. It's always been you have till
it was like December.
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
Or even January for me this year. I waited all the way up until, in fact, I talked to Larry Bear at spring training and he was begging me to renew in the media, in the club, in the press box. He said, "Oh, come on, please don't leave us. Don't leave us." So
I wish I was there.
Oh my God, I wish I was there.
Oh, he would have hated me.
Yeah. So my question is, did the Giants, are they smart enough to put out a feeler to see what the Giants fans are thinking to say, okay, we didn't get any bites out of this. We need to go in a different direction with Farhan. Do you think they did that, or why would they do that?
That's exactly what I said. I was talking to Eric last night about that. The article or thing that came out with
hold on, I gotta laugh at this while I'm not. Dan, did Larry Bear throw your phone on the ground asking for his wife? Okay. All right.
Wow. That's good. Nice, Nick.
All right.
Nice.
Go ahead, Laura. Sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I just saw that and I had to put it up.
But I've been saying this, that the new resurgence of the talk with Susan Slusser and Greg Johnson, saying that these guys are going to be 100% back. I've thought that was a teaser for the fans to see what their reaction was, and to see like, oh, what's the overall consensus with the fans to hearing this news. And I think it's been pretty bad. And I think if they don't win 3 games,
I don't think they're going to win more than 3 out of their next 10.
Yeah, I
really
think Farhan's going to get fired. That's my prediction.
If they don't know by now, they don't deserve to be running a professional sports franchise. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
everybody knows.
They haven't figured it out so far.
Yeah.
I totally respect you being the optimist that you are. I try to be that way, but then at some point, I just kind of become a realist. I just kind of want to give people time, give people opportunities and chances, but they got to stop the bleeding. They got to. They have to. I mean, it's a different sport, but just take a look at the 49ers years ago. Remember how everybody was ripping on Jed York? Like, oh my God, he's horrible. Like, he's no Eddie DeBartolo. What did he do after Harbaugh came in? He hired Tomlinsula. He was a failure. He had a 4-year contract. What did he do? He fired him right away because he saw it wasn't working. Then what did he do? He hired Chip Kelly. That didn't work. Instead of just saying, oh, well, I got him on the books for 4 years. I got to keep him and see how it works out. He recognized right away that something was not working, not just letting it go on and build and build and build. So props to him for doing that. And I say that because that's what the Giants are not doing. They're just seeing continuous failure after failure after failure. And they want to tell their fan base, we'll bring them back another year and another year and another year. This is a very proud fan base that goes back a long way. And you have a point about maybe being spoiled with the championships, but you got a couple of OGs in here that when Giants were playing horrible baseball in the 70s and 80s. So we've seen the bad stuff, and we do not want to go back to that at all because that was just disgusting to deal with. But your theory is correct. But the problem is you mentioned the Giants are in rebuild mode. They're not. A rebuild mode means that they're committing to young players now. They did not do that. They're committed to purgatory. They're committed to purgatory. They're in the middle. They're not down here and rebuilding and starting with youth, and they're not going for high talent. They just want to stay at the mediocre level, continue to keep these average players. Had a chance to sell them off at the deadline, didn't do it again because Larry Bear says, and I quote, this organization does not rebuild. So when I say, Sean, that it's more than Gabe and it's more than Farhan have to go, Larry Bear needs to go. Like, your time is done. Like, you've had a lot of years here. You're like senators that are in Congress that have been in too many terms. Adios, dude. See ya. Go retire, get your pension, be good to go. Once they do that, and really, I would love them to sell the team to a real baseball man.
Well, here you go.
That's
Los, you touched on a couple of things here. First off, I think Larry Berry, he's just a face. I don't think he's even an owner, right? Is he?
I don't care what he is. Like,
but here,
I don't care what he is. Like, he's had his term. He's the
exactly.
But here's the problem of the franchise. If he's the one that's speaking out and going on radio shows and saying, I've heard him go on KNBR before. I've heard him at interviews before, and he is the spokesman of the franchise, so to speak. And he's the one that's always saying, well, we can't rebuild. Well, we can't rebuild. And what does he say that for? Because if we rebuild, we're telling our fans that we're starting over again and we're going to lose attendance. You're losing attendance now, idiot. Exactly.
Well, here's another thing, too. You're talking about how Jed York, he is able to single-handedly take control of his own team. But here's the issue with the Giants. This is the problem with the Giants. You got too many cooks in the kitchen. You
32, right?
You don't have
34
to go.
34
you know what?
owners?
Go see the door. You're done. No, you got to bring in a committee. You got to talk. You got to,
I'll tell you what's happening.
That's the issue.
Everybody knows that. Here's what happens in all of sports. College football coaches do it. Pro football coaches do it. When a general manager and a head coach or manager are on their final year lame duck contract, other lower level guys, they start running for secure jobs because they know a new ownership's coming in.
Writing on the wall, yeah.
And their jobs are going to get fired. So what you have today, Bannister, the White Sox poached
Yep.
Bannister. Brian Bannister from the organization. He's
Was he the pitching coach?
Yeah, kind of like the minor league pitching director or whatever. So
I thought it was Royals. Wasn't it Royals?
Maybe he went to the Royals. Someone else going to the White Sox. I'm not sure what's going on, but a lot of guys are going to start looking for jobs because if they get a secure job, 3-4 year contract somewhere else, for example, Kyle Haynes is the director of the farm system. Well, if you bring in a new GM, new president of baseball ops, he may have his own guy.
Yep.
And then Haynes is on the outside looking in. So these guys are going to start looking. And, the best people are going to get taken away. So I want to play something for you guys that was powerful today. This was Bonta and Shasky on 95.7 The Game. And I want you guys to hear this because this is exactly what we've been saying, but it's very well said here. And here it is. Am I sharing the screen now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so let me pull this up. Where is it?
I think it's in the link.
That was my response. The dude that was cleaning
house. Is this showing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not in the. I got to pull up the other part here. Let me do it again. Okay, here we go. I don't like doing. I think it's this one. Did I get the right one? Can you guys see that?
Not yet. Now we do. Yep.
Okay, let me get this going.
And they all have scored.
Yep. What's that one? It's at the. I got to get it to the.
No, that's the right one. Yeah.
They're playing an ad. There we go.
Boomers had a better year than any.
No, it's got to get to the.
In that first at bat.
15. What was it? 15.
I know.
Here's what you're.
I think it was like 50. This isn't.
There, Larry.
Oh, there it was. Come on.
It's cutting out.
I don't know what's going on here. Come on. All right.
Hey guys,
let me work on it.
Well, while you're
Sean's got to go. Hey, Sean's got to go, guys.
All right, Sean.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me on,
Thanks
guys.
for joining.
Hey, right on, Sean.
Welcome to join anytime. I appreciate you coming on and giving us your perspective. Have a great night, and hopefully for all Giants fans, they get this thing turned around.
Well, yeah, that's my hope too. Have a good night, guys.
All right,
See you, brother.
Take care.
All right.
Later.
I'm going to look for that thing again. I don't know why.
While you're looking for that,
No, Los,
yeah.
let me read while he's looking for this. This is kind of poignant. When we were talking about. So this is something that Bonta also retweeted. I think it was yesterday. These are quotes from Farhan and from Larry.
Oh yes, I saw that.
While we're doing our research on free agents, we find that players aren't really happy even coming into town for a 3-game series. They're probably not going to be that excited to play there for a long time. So I think that's part of what fueled our strategy of targeting guys with Bay Area ties, i.e. Mitch Haniger. He went to Mitty in San Jose. Free agency is really, really competitive, especially at the top of the market. Even when you think you can sign a player, you're probably not. That's just how it works. So when you don't think you're going to sign a player, you're definitely not going to sign him. I don't know if we would say San Francisco is an idiosyncratic market, but I do think that maybe it's more that way than it was 20 years ago. President of Baseball Operations Farhan Zaidi said at the GM meetings last month. I think it's a little bit of a polarizing place among players in terms of desire to play there. This is sort of totally independent of the competitive situation, but geographically, politics, whatever. Then, overall, the Giants' payroll on opening day should go from about $155 million last year to $183 million this year. Bear said he thinks fans are starting to appreciate that. Despite missing bigger names in free agency, the Giants are heavily invested in the 23 roster. I think we're finding that some of it takes some explaining, he told Barry News Group, because it's not in the headlines. I think the explanation is going well with the fans. We're getting reactions. Fans are like, okay, we get it. We understand now. When they start seeing Stripling pitching or Sean Manaea pitching and Conforto, Taylor Rogers, it's like, okay, I get it. You did a lot of moves that add up. The light bulb went on, but the light bulb didn't go on immediately. So it's been a little bit of a lag effect. You fucking clown. calling out
Oh.
fans like that. What a piece.
Well, I was going to say before you read that, and then Paul Perryman said exactly what I was going to say is, you know, the Warriors and the 49ers don't have any problems bringing talent over. They don't have any problems. So that's just a kind of a piss poor excuse. And I know the challenges that the city of San Francisco are having right now, but like I said, the Warriors are they're right down the street.
Go
And
go live.
winning.
Yeah, if you have a problem with San Francisco and you don't want to live in that shithole, go live in Atherton. Go live down the peninsula. There's plenty of nice places. And
If you're a professional athlete, you can afford it out there. So
yeah, you can clearly afford it. Baseball, you make a ton of money. You can be a shit average
some
player.
great areas, but that's just a piss poor excuse. I mean, but
but
listen, bottom line,
to make up for his lack of moves.
Hey, did we get to the other chat, the $1.99 one yet?
Oh no, we haven't. Let's hit it. There you go.
Yeah. The Rounder. Thank you. $1.99
Rounder.
donates. Not being a Giants fan, this is the best channel. Hey, we
Boom.
appreciate that. Thank you.
And he's
awesome.
a Niners fan. Bang bang.
bang,
Bang, bang. I got
There
my
you go.
Niner Gang hat on. Yeah.
I'm going tomorrow night. Let's do this.
Oh, you are? Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
All right. We got
Listen.
Glass Half Full. Donates $4.99. Says, I'm really hoping for a full house cleaning because it's clearly needed. After 4+ years, it's pretty clear Kapler and Farhan's plan isn't working.
Exact. If you don't, 4 years is more than enough. You've
Oh, my
seen that
goodness.
it doesn't work.
Look at what
You just-
Boston did with Chime.
Exactly. How many?
Yep.
And he made the championship game, right?
Yeah, the championship series.
Yeah, the championship
ALCS.
series. At some point, you just got to cut bait, and now is that time.
Yep.
You just
All right. I think I got this queued up here.
Good up, dog.
All right. This is Bonte and Shasky this morning. And this is before the game, today's game. Imagine if they saw today's game, what they would respond like. You guys, see it?
Fan
Yep.
base. And I'm sorry if some people are going to tune out, but I don't give a damn this
Well,
morning.
this is
I
important.
don't give a damn because
It's the last we're going to talk about.
Listen, it might be the last
That's
day we
what I'm
talk about
saying.
it with Dave Fleming. We grew up in the city, loving this team,
Agreed.
wearing their colors proudly, going to the parades, all that stuff. Die-hard Giants fans on the morning rolls. Die-hards. They've lost me. So for somebody to say, well, you know what? And we go into it when our boss, if you don't have anything good to say about them, maybe don't even talk about it. No. They need to be taken to task.
I agree.
They don't get taken to task enough. All these fluff pieces in the San Francisco Chronicle, all these little small interviews that they get to conduct, how they get to control. I'm tired of it. They are Larry Bear, Gabe Kapler, Farhad Zaidi. I need freaking answers. I need answers. Charles Johnson, you want to do all these Q&As in the last 2 months of the season? Well, you know what? I need answers.
Well, what I don't understand what their
Clean
organizational
house, Shasky.
But
Now,
what
I'm
is
dead
the
serious.
organizational philosophy?
I don't know, but I honestly, God, I don't like doing this, but they honestly need to clean house. They
Yes.
need to clean house. I got a friend, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to put her business out there. She's now down in South Beach, Miami, working down there with the Dolphins and everything. She told me this 2.5 years ago. I'm saying this is not going to end well. This regime just don't have it. Trust me on this.
And well, they're arrogant too. That's the part that really bugs me. Like when I watch Bob Myers, there's a sincerity and a humility there from him, and it makes you, when you fail, land a little softer. When I look at John Lynch, it's like, dude, the guy's been a winner at everything he's done in
Everything.
life. Everything. Player, analyst, what he's done as a GM. And I think the results kind of speak for themselves.
Right.
When I look at the unearned arrogance from the Giants, it really bugs me. Here's the thing I would ask you to be from a business, because they're a business. I know people don't want to acknowledge it. Oh, it's sports. No.
No,
This is a
sports and
business. And I have some goober sound I'd like to play on the other side.
He said that forever. Peter Cooper's been saying that
It's
forever.
entertainment
Right.
and it's business. You have to tug at people's heartstrings. Be from a business. Is there a brand in sports from the big boy cities that's more undervalued outside of the Knicks than the San Francisco Giants?
Wow. I don't know. Wow.
If
Wow.
I put the Giants up for sale right now and a billionaire wanted to come in and just change things, they could be one of the big boys.
They could.
One of the big boys.
Well, they
Yet
were one of the big boys.
What happened?
They hire Farhad. That's what happened.
Well, I put a lot
They
on
hired
ownership
Farhad.
too. I think
Ownership
to me it's
too.
a catch-all today.
No, it's everybody.
Yes.
They're all going to catch heat. And I don't even know how we're going to navigate this Dave Fleming interview because I don't want to put him in a bad spot. But Fleming needs to know that we're unhappy. As Giants fans, we're unhappy. This is not good baseball. This was not good. This was not a good August. This has not been a good September. the players only meetings, rubbing it in your face. It's just everything about it. You know what makes me even more sad, Saskia? I think about it. My significant other, Anna, hasn't even asked me to take her to a game this year.
It's my wife too.
The casuals are out. The casuals don't even want to go.
My wife had
Or
season
mom.
tickets before we got married. She hasn't once asked, let's go to a game.
Smart.
She loves baseball.
Trust me, we're gonna get to the
One of her
49ers.
favorite players of all time. Like she wears it all the time. The Benji Molina t-shirt.
Right.
She wears it all the time. She's a huge Giants fan. Her father, rest in peace, huge Giants fan. Her brother, rest in peace, huge Giants fan. She hasn't asked once this year. And she loves going to the games.
And I've already seen people cape up for the Giants. In the media. In the media talk about, well, what was your expectations? They are around 500. Don't give me that. Do not insult my intelligence this morning. I'm not in the mood for it. Giants are going to get the heater today. They deserve it. What a joke they are.
You should.
Hey,
You should
can the
clip
choir
that
start
and just
singing?
save that for the rest of the.
Amen.
That was
Amen.
so good.
Amen.
That was
I didn't hear that
was
this morning.
great.
That was awesome.
Join the bandwagon.
Is Shasky coming on?
I have not heard from Joe. Hopefully he won his championship softball game tonight.
Oh, that was
It was good.
That's why I
100%.
wanted to play it because
oh
Yeah,
You know.
but Sean, he's saying that in September. Like some
Hey,
of us
we've
have
been
saying,
we've
some of
been
us have
saying
been
this
saying that
since
since June,
June.
man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I don't have the 95.7 forum, but if I did, they'd be like, "Damn, Los, you got your own show on 95.7. You called it back in
Yep.
June, man.
sure.
In June, I'm
Ask-
gonna keep
ask
saying
Dan.
that.
Dan and I have been
Anybody can
talking-
say it now in September. Big deal, man.
Dan and I have been
Wow,
talking
my
for a
team's
long.
gonna win, and I'm up 47-0. Boy, you went out on a limb.
No, Dan and I have been talking about this for a long time. Long time.
June.
Before NorCal Sports Network existed, Dan and I have been talking about this.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah, I have,
It needs
you
to
know,
be
it's
torn
why
down.
I didn't renew my season tickets. You know, I stood there right in the Scottsdale press box with Larry Bear, you know, him basically begging for me to just take a small package. And I was
And
like,
the reason we held on so long was because we loved the team. You know, it's like marrying a woman or having a girlfriend that you love her, you want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she keeps letting you down week after week, month after month, until you finally say, "That's it, man. Bye, baby. I tried. I had faith in you. I held on to you for all this long time because I did love you. But man, sorry,
All right,
you need to go.
we've all heard the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right?
right.
Well,
Right.
do we want to go a third time? Farhan last year at 22, the Giants were 4 or 5 games out. They started the second half losing like 5 straight, whatever it was, 7 straight. Can't remember exactly. But the trade deadline was coming. And he did nothing. He even kept Rodon. He could have sent off Rodon. He could have sent off other players. But he said, we have the horses. We believe we're just 1 10-game winning streak away, which we believe we have in this clubhouse, from being back in it. And then he did it again this year. He doubled down and said this year he did nothing. And he said, we have the horses in this clubhouse to get it done. And this is a playoff team. Why would you give a guy the keys to the house, to the whole castle, that has missed it 2 years in a row? And
Yeah.
Kapler said when they were slumping, I played it on Twitter. He said, I'm not worried about this hitting slump. These guys can hit, and I'm not worried about the past month and a half.
You worried about it now, Gabe?
Yeah, you worried about it now, Gabe? It's a little too late. It's too late, and we told you this. And you keep doing the same dang thing night after night and platooning. Gabe, I'd have more respect for you if you came out and said, I make the lineup. Farhan has nothing to do with it. If Farhan was making the lineup, I wouldn't be here. I'd quit because I'm a man and I'm a baseball man, and I'm not going to let no pencil head neat engineer mind bald little midget tell me what to do. You know?
Yeah, Giovanni Villegas. Yeah, order me up 2 dozen oatmeal raisin, bro. That's what I like.
No, I'm serious. I I don't,
Who doesn't
you know, I probably shouldn't get personal about this guy's appearance. I don't mean that. I just mean the guy is not ever like, he's not a true baseball. He's an analytical minded computer.
I don't think he's ever stepped foot on in between the lines in a
I think he
competitive
did when he was in Little League or
Oh,
something.
no way.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's
No, I
not
mean, he didn't play high
competitive,
school
like,
ball. He didn't play college
no,
ball. He didn't play
exactly.
professional ball.
Listen, it doesn't matter if you have a professional sports organization or if you have a Fortune 500 company. It starts at the top. It starts at the top. Successful companies, successful organizations have good upper management, and it starts at the top. The Giants need to tear this thing down from the top and build it back up.
Hey,
As long as they have what they have, it's just not going to work. Cut the cord, man. Cut the umbilical cord.
If we're looking from last offseason, right? I think everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this is a fringe playoff team at best. There's no really high expectations." And from a fan's perspective, they like up until this last stretch, they've pretty much overperformed. For the like really homers who thought they would actually have a chance. Internally, they thought they were a World Series contender. Farhan's went out and said it.
We could win the World Series.
Exactly. So there's no reason to say they've overachieved. They've underachieved in every form this season.
Okay, so that's a great point. Let me counter that and say I brought this up a few weeks ago. We all agree that IQ wise, Farhan's smart, right? He's not a dummy. He's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say that just to increase ticket sales? Did he deep down know in his inner thoughts when he's alone at home at night saying, my team kind of sucks? Did he say that on this microphone to the public? We believe our team is good to simply sell tickets. Is that fair?
I guess
But in his mind at home, he knew otherwise.
I could see an argument for that, but I just think if he really thought that this team wasn't going to do anything, he would have done something at the deadline to try to improve.
Yeah, I think he believed that he had the horses.
Yeah, because there's no way if he thought that this team wasn't good and he didn't do anything, that's grounds for like not being able to be in charge of a team ever again. Because he's
a con artist, just like we put up the picture of
he's
him.
A liar.
We put him up. We did a whole thumbnail on him that he's Pinocchio.
Eric brings that up all the time, and
I say it all the time.
So, like, it's one thing to like be wrong. Everybody makes mistakes. We get it, but he flat out lies to the fan base, and I think that pisses people off. He
pisses me off.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people.
He's a damn liar. I've said it over and over. Everything he comes out and says, he's lying to the fan base just to keep them tugging along. That's what it is.
Keep buying those tickets.
Instead of standing up and taking ownership for what you've freaking done, he's going to lie to the fan base. And he doesn't care because he's getting his paycheck.
But fans are finally getting hip to him because what's happening to attendance?
It's dipping.
Yeah,
that's exactly why I think he's going to go, because that's exactly what ownership cares about. They care about the money and what it brings in.
Bingo.
And you know what? Right now, they're not bringing any money in.
Bingo. That's spot on right there. Like, the ownership would have been World K being 500. We've said that on the show for a long time. World K being 500, a little bit less, being mediocre. As long as we're getting our 25 to 35,000 every night, we're good. We're making that money. Now that those fans are not coming and it's more like 14, 15, 16,000 in there, that's gonna hit them more than losing. More than losing is people not showing up.
You watch next week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights against the Padres. They will have hardly anybody because the Padre fans, they don't travel well and it's a bad year. And then when the Dodgers come into town for Friday, Saturday, it's going to be all blue. All those tickets.
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be all blue. And I'm hearing Brandon Crawford may be going on the IL, which
Marco Luciano was pulled from the lineup today.
Yeah. So I counted the days. Tomorrow's day one. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm hoping they can Sunday. he can come off the IL the last game of the season, and the Giants can send him off. Fans could, that he can just well enough to come off the IL and play that game.
I
And
ain't gonna care.
So you all know Dan and me were at the D-backs Giants games last night, and despite the Giants being pretty damn average, it was still 70 to 80% Giants fans in the house. Unbelievable. Wait until the Dodgers come to Oracle Park, and it's going to be 80%, maybe 90%. That is a proud organization.
Oh yeah.
And Oracle Park is not going to be 50-50. I'm telling you. Them Dodger fans are going to buy those extra tickets for sale. It's going to be 80% Dodger blue. Watch the game.
It's going to be exactly what happened to the 49ers this week at SoFi Stadium. Exactly.
The owners are going to be really upset.
I have another take on that. It'll definitely be a pro-Dodger crowd, but do you think Dodger fans would want to even come up to spend a bunch of money unless they bought them already?
Yes.
But are they gonna buy tickets for a meaningless series?
They're not coming from LA. They're
here.
They're just here. Okay, they're
here.
They're here.
And trust me, Dodger fans, just like Giants fans, cannot stand LA. It's probably a little bit less passionate towards Giants fans, but this is their opportunity to step on Giants fans' necks and
look at
laugh
this.
at them. So they're going to be there loud with their Dodger flags all over the place and blankets, and they're going to show up the Giants. And Giants ownership is going to just have to watch it and be embarrassed as hell. It's coming. You watch.
Well, I'll tell you what needs to happen. They come home Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those games. Every Giants fan needs to be chanting like the Oakland A's fans do in the 5th inning. Sell the team.
Yeah.
Sell the team. That's what the Giants ownership needs to experience, is whether there's 15,000 or whatever is in there. Sell the dang team.
It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
You know why? It probably won't happen because there's too many casual fans that don't understand the game of baseball, and they just, we have the most beautiful park, and
I remember
Dan, you interviewed 2 guys yesterday. Actually, the couple and the guy. Those are the fans that you're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
San Francisco is notoriously known for like being super chill with their players when they struggle. Like, for instance, I always go back to this guy, but Aaron Rowan, right? So Aaron Rowan was terrible. Like, if you go back and look at his stats and you go back and just watch his games, the dude could not help but try to pull an outside pitch.
Yep.
And teams never threw him an inside pitch. They never threw it down the middle. They would always throw curveballs, soft change-ups, sliders away, and the dude would try to pull it, and he would roll over, and he ended so many double plays.
Yep.
And my seats were 6 rows off the field, right past first base. So every time he would roll over into a double play, I would stand up and I would scream how terrible he was. And hey, I would yell like, "Hey, Aaron, try going the opposite way. Try hitting the other way. Try hitting the other way." And everyone would laugh. But no one ever gave anybody who struggled or consistently struggled. Denard Span was the same thing. Like, we traded for this guy, he was shit. The fans would always just clap. They just clap because the Giants fans don't ever ride any of the players. They're just super chill. When
very loyal,
constantly struggle, they're just clapping. Oh, that's why, players who struggle and who aren't maybe the best, they have no problem coming to San Francisco because they're never going to get ridden hard. You pull that shit.
Exactly.
You pull that shit in New York, they will boo you out of town.
Yep.
We saw it in Philadelphia.
Totally. Philadelphia, New York, maybe a little bit in Chicago, but San Francisco, no. You can struggle constantly. You can hit $160 and they'll still clap for you.
Hey, bro, Giants fans are much like the city in San Francisco are on crime. They don't hold them accountable.
Soft.
They can mess up all the time. They won't hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Come steal something in Walgreens. Go ahead. Not accountable. Same philosophy. Robert Rothberg. You have had an epiphany, my friend. And on behalf of the NorCal Sports Network, let me welcome you to the dark side.
What happened?
Welcome to the dark side.
Here,
Doesn't it feel good to just let it out, Robert? Just let it out and be realistic Doesn't it feel good to not just tell the truth?
Eric,
There it
there's
is.
no excuse.
Better late than never, my friend.
Oh,
Better late than
Robert.
never.
Oh,
I know that. I know
You
Robert,
see the light.
Yeah,
That's
Robert,
fantastic.
we're not.
I know it's painful for you, but we're here
not
for you.
getting down on you at all, Robert. What we're saying is
No.
when you focus on only one team and you don't, I don't know how much baseball you watch of other teams, but if you watch a lot of baseball, you'll see what talent looks like. You'll see what athleticism, like Corbin Carroll. You'll see what Acuna. You'll see it with Freeman and Betts and just even some of the average guys like Nick Castellanos. I wouldn't say average. He's above average, but guys that aren't like superstars, but they're more talented than the Giants have. The Giants just – so I know you love the Giants, but when you look outside the Giants, this is where we're basing our opinion, that we can look and say, hey, this team doesn't measure up to the rest of the playoff caliber teams. And so that's why we were able to call this. And I think that's what some of your issues was, is that you're just so focused on the Giants, you don't really see the big picture. And that's not a fault of yours. You may not have the ability to watch all of it, but that's what I'm just trying to say is I used to think that way a lot too. I used to believe the Giants teams of the 70s were playoff teams when they were 90-plus loss teams, because I didn't follow everything else like I did the Giants. I knew everything about every man on the roster. I knew their stats from the minor leagues every year. I can, back then we didn't have anything but, a newspaper and baseball cards, and I studied those things. So, but I didn't study everybody. I studied a lot of the Giants. So that's what that's all I'm saying.
Real quick, before we get to the super chat, Lou Marston, he brought up the fact, I think you guys knew about it. Yeah, Dan, you know about the tweet from Sons of Johnny LeMaster.
Oh, yeah.
And the issues that he had with the organization, talking about the Giants and season tickets. Supposedly the organization canceled his season ticket account because he was selling his tickets online. Funny thing is, he was selling them online to SeatGeek, which is a partner with the San Francisco Giants. I guess they contacted him back saying, oh, it was a mistake. We accidentally canceled, and, emails went out automatically, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, supposedly Johnny LeMaster, Sons of Johnny LeMaster, said, no, go ahead, keep your money. Or no, I want my money back, I should say. And canceled his season ticket. So now he's just going to play game day. He's tired. That's how this organization not only is treating the fans, but also their season ticket holders, and also the product that they're putting on the field.
They're desperate.
They're
desperate. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand anything. They didn't even probably think that this would get out, and they got embarrassed. They got caught. Here's why the Giants were doing this. They're mad. They could care less what you did with your season tickets, Sean. You were a season ticket holder back in the World Series championship years. They were sold out for 7 years straight. They didn't care if you sold them for twice the amount you bought them for. They could care less. What they're ticked off about right now is that Giants fans are forced, season ticket holders, because I went through it all last year. They're forced to try and sell the tickets, and no one would buy them. They cost me, let's say, $80 for an $80 game. Even let's even be realistic. Let's say it was a Tuesday night, Wednesday night game. It was $60 game. I couldn't get rid of those for face value, so I would hit them at 40. No one would bite, so I dropped them down to 30. No one would bite. By an hour before game time, I'm dropping them to 20. No one bites. 10 minutes before game time, I drop them down to $12 and I get them sold. Okay. What's happened is people are wised up, and instead of going to the ticket counter of the Giants so they could sell a new ticket, people are just sitting around waiting for the price to drop on their phone. They see it, they buy it on the phone, and they just show their phone and walk in. Tickets are right electronic, and the Giants are ticked off because they're paying people to sit at the window, and nobody's showing up to buy tickets at the window, because why should I buy a $40 ticket at the window when I can buy a $12 seat in the club level and have plush seats?
Well, it's simple economics. I mean, sooner or later, those people like myself who were tired of acting like a ticket broker for the Giants, because I had the same situation. My seats were $14,000 for the pair, and every
Mine were 13.
year,
Yeah.
yeah, and I stopped my season tickets in 2018, I think. So I had them from 2000 till 2018, so 18 years at the ballpark, and it was like I can't even sell them. So I had half the year. I split the season with one of my friends, and I couldn't even sell them. I think our average price was $86. Of course, it was dynamic pricing, so the Dodger games are more; those are like 140. And then if the Pirates are in on a Tuesday, maybe they're like $58 or whatever. So like average price, I think was like in the 80s,
Right.
and I couldn't even sell them for face value because the Giants would lower the empty seats in my section or all the way around the ballpark. They're like, well, shit, we need to lower these tickets. We need to try to sell them. So they would lower them to like $40. So someone could go online and they see my tickets for face value at 86, and then 5 rows back or 3 rows back, the Giants are selling them for 40.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's called doing your season ticket holders dirty.
Exactly.
And that
Very
happened
dirty.
multiple years. And I talked to Margot, my ticket rep, and I was like, this is a joke. What are you going to do about this? And she has no authority. And I was like, you want to talk to your boss? Does anybody want to do something about this? And no one wanted to do anything about it. So I'm like, I'm out. See ya. Take my 14.
Yeah, and when you're a crappy team, it's really you have nothing to come back on.
That was the other problem. The team was shit. The team kept continuing to be shit. They raised the prices and they did us dirty. Why would I ever get tickets? So anyone who signs up for tickets is just a fool.
Yeah, this year they dropped prices to $501 for like if you bought so many tickets, you can buy them by this particular date to their anniversary of Levi's Stadium or whatever it was, 501 something. So they totally undercut the hand that's feeding them.
So my point is sooner or later people will hopefully wake up and like follow my footsteps and be like, why am I losing money every single year acting like a ticket broker for the Giants when they do me dirty? So I'm just not going to get my season tickets. So if the season ticket holders continue to dwindle, then they won't, like the casual fan won't have those people to take advantage of the day of game. And I don't know what happens. Then they just stop coming, I think, because no one's going to spend that kind of money to go see a shitty product.
And now you are talking about a whole different sector that is taking this to a whole nother level. It's one thing to talk about the product on the field and management, but when you are now hitting people, and I'm sorry, we're still kind of in a little bit of a recession, like it's not exactly doing that great yet.
Look at inflation. We're in a full blown. No one wants to say it. But.
So people are hurting for money still, and now not only are you putting a crappy product on the field, but now you're hitting people in their pockets. And you wonder why the attendance is going down, like stuff like you just said to do your
baseball,
fans
but
like
it's up attendance all across major leagues. So other teams aren't even in this economic difficulties. It's the Giants the way they've done it. I mean, the Dodgers are setting records. I don't know. We put up a thing, didn't we, one time a couple weeks back? Yeah.
There was an article that came out. Yeah, Philadelphia is going through the roof. Texas is going through the roof.
It comes down to a winning product.
Yeah, exactly.
If you put an exciting winning product on the field, I know it's way less fans, but the Warriors have zero trouble selling out Chase Center, and those tickets are fucking spendy.
Yep,
spendy to go to.
Niners don't have any problems.
Niners don't have any problems
with 60,000 or whatever, 50, whatever that holds.
And the Sharks, there's tons of money in the Silicon Valley, the South Bay. If the Sharks were a dominant winning franchise, the tank is sold out for like 15, 20 years straight. The Sharks are shit, and they're running the organization like shit, and now it's empty. So it comes down to having a winning,
nobody wants to
on the ice or field.
I say it all the time. Who wants to go to watch a crappy movie? Why do movies get yanked and they don't make any money? Because they made a crappy product. It's entertainment and it's a business, and the Giants don't know how to run the business anymore.
Yeah, someone's messing up.
You know what's sickening is the Giants organization. All they need to do is look across the bay. right there, 30 miles away, and see what's happening over there the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
Not even 30 miles, like about 12.
Yeah. Yeah. See if I've
By
moved
car-
out
by
and I've
drive.
lost, I've moved away and I've lost my distance from San Francisco to Oakland. Okay.
Take,
Yeah, it's
take
like-
the ferry and it's about
It's
3
like 7,
miles.
it's like 7 miles.
Full 50 miles. The Giants organization looks over to Oakland and sees what's happening there. You would think if you got all these smart men, these millionaires, billionaires, whatever, and they would say, man, we cannot let it get to that. We can never be like that. Guess what? You're on your way.
I'll tell you another thing, guys.
You're on your way. You're the San Francisco A's now. And if you don't do something about it, it's going to keep going that way. You better get that Giants name back.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I believe it is. I believe that the organization it struggled all the way up until '93 when Peter McGowan bought it, and they had that great year with they were
Barry
moving.
Bonds.
They had Bonds, and Dusty brought Dusty, and they had a great year.
Yep.
'94 was a strike year, and then I'll tell you the man that really turned the entire franchise around was Brian Sabian and Nick Coletti. Those two together made the Giants one of the best organizations and best teams in baseball. You look at them from 97 to 04, all winning seasons. Had they been playing in today's format with 3 wild cards, they would have been in the playoffs for 8 straight seasons. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 2001, 2, 3. Yeah, 8 straight seasons they would have made the playoffs. I looked it up. I looked at their records. I looked at one or 2 years they would have been the 3rd wild card, but every other year they would either won the division or would have been, one of the top wild cards. The Giants were good from 97 to 04. They were and they were probably from 2000 to 2003, them and the Yankees were the top 2 teams record-wise. The Giants were really good. Remember in 02, they pretty much had the World Series in their pocket. And then they followed that up with a 03 with a 100-win season. And then they got knocked out by the Marlins, but the Giants were good. And, now they keep Sabian all the way until 18, 19. Well, he's still with the organization until just the last year or two. But once they brought in Farhan, this thing has gone down the tank, down the toilet. I mean, big time.
And that's a great history lesson about the Giants, which it's crazy to think about it because in '89, 4 years earlier, they were in the damn World Series against the A's. Somehow, some way, management messed up, made some bad decisions, and 90, 91, 92 were not good years. They were on their way out of town. They were going to Tampa Bay. And what happened? The change of ownership. What did I say an hour ago? It started at the top. It doesn't, if they fire Gabe, nothing's going to change if Farhan stays there and the ownership stays there.
No, they'll just bring a new puppet in.
Yeah, they'll just bring in exactly. They'll bring in a new puppet. So they need to clean house from the top, just like '93. They brought in McGowan, who brought in Sabian, who brought in Dusty, and bringing Barry Bonds helps absolutely. If they don't bring him, they probably don't have that great of a season that year. But they got to make changes when things are not working in life continuously. You got to make changes to just stay pat. If they come back with the same group and the same players next year, I swear their attendance is going to be 8, 10, 12,000. There's going to be few people at spring training. It's going to get really ugly. So ownership, hey, if by some chance you're bored and whatever, and you're listening to this, do something about it, man. Do something. Make the change.
Hey, what you're talking about kind of alludes to what Glass Half Full says. He donated another $5. What ticks me off is seeing the sustained success the Braves, the Dodgers are having, and to thinking to myself, why can't the Giants have this? Why? Well, he kind of
because they have Farhan idiot at the helm. That's
It-
why.
it's
Kinda
the
answered it.
ownership group. Let's be honest. The
Yeah.
ownership
They
group
play a
doesn't have
role in this.
doesn't have a desire to put a championship team on the field. Here's what happened. The best and worst things happened to the Giants in the 2010 decade. The best thing was they won 3 world championships. The worst thing was they won 3 world championships. And you might say, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Well, let me explain. Obviously, it was euphoric. It was great. It was historic. It was 3 out of 5 years. Hadn't been done since the Yankees had done it earlier in the, at the end of the 90s and into 2000. Where they won 3 straight, but no one had won 3 in 5 years since then. And no one still hasn't won 3 in 5 years. So the Giants ownership group is living off that and is not hungry. They're more interested in developing the land. What's that thing called again, Sean? I always forget the name of it.
What thing?
The land behind right field.
Mission Rock, right?
Mission Rock. Yeah, thank you. They're more interested in Mission Rock. The Giants are more of an investment real estate company than they are a baseball franchise that wants to win. They know that they bought themselves many years. This is why it needs to crumble, because the more they stay mid around 500 and flirt with the playoffs, people continue to foolishly show up and support this team. And the more you support this team, it's like here, you know what? I'm gonna say it, and I probably shouldn't say this because it's controversial and it gets a little bit political, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You put those frickin' masks on, people. Again, if they do another mask mandate, you're just going to get more mask and mask and mask. Stop complying to stuff like that, and stop showing up to the Giants ball games and giving your good money to watch a crappy. Hey, if you got money to donate like that, why don't you just give it to people in need? There's a lot of starving people all over the world. Do what you want with your money. It's your money. I don't care. It's your money. It's a free world, and if you want to go to the Giants game, do it. But
But also talk to Dan to make it into more money.
Yeah, I'll make it into more money. Exactly. But what I'm saying
segue.
is, my point is on this: if you're gonna keep dropping money on them, and then saying they're the problem, the Giant, don't blame Farhan. No. You're the problem, because if you keep paying for this, they're going to hang on to these guys because they see no need to change. So you saying, "Oh yeah, I'm pro Farhan. I'm for Gabe. They're doing great. Give them a chance. I'm just going to keep spending my money." Good. You're going to keep blowing your money too.
Oh boy, you opened up a can of worms.
So funny.
Probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea.
Is it
That's all right. That's all right.
It's so funny.
What on the mask?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the chat's starting to go crazy on that.
I
Oh
don't
my
care.
gosh, I gotta bring it up. Hold on.
I don't care.
But real quick, yes, ownership has a say in all this. And you know what, though? And I said this before, we can't point to one person on this. It's an ownership group. We don't know who's behind us. And it seems to me that they're more focused on real estate than they are on the product on the field.
And that's exactly what the
That's
problem
the
is. We
issue.
can't
The
point the
group-
blame onto one person.
The group.
It's a group as the whole.
The group's focus is on real estate right now. It's not on San Francisco Giants baseball.
Hey, it'd be funny. It'd be funny if the 5 of us walked into Oracle with a mask on, but we wrote on it, "Please sell the team." And fans were like looking at the 5 of us walk in. All 5 of us having "Please sell the team" on our mask. Oh my God, we would get on TV. I swear. Please interview me. Please interview me. I'll take the mask off and talk. That would be hilarious, man.
Hey,
we'd get kicked out of there by the second inning.
My thing, let me tell you one thing with a mask. If you don't think a a disease or whatever, a virus can get through a mask.
Man, I'm telling you, YouTube, careful.
If you don't think it can get through, how about one of these coming through your jeans? Yeah. You can smell that. I think anything else can go through a little piece of cloth.
I get what you're saying. Careful, man. YouTube's
You know,
out
I don't
there
know if
listening to everything.
anybody in the chat has noticed, but take a look at the standings and take a look at where the Padres are. They're a game and a half behind the Giants.
Yeah.
They've won
Eric, bring up
7
the
in a
standings.
row.
That's why I got them rising from the dead. Did you
Yep.
see the
Bring up
thumbnail?
the standings.
Trock and I've said it. I said it as soon as in the middle of the Padres series. They can go on a run. They have the team to go on a run, and it would not surprise me if the Padres finished ahead of the Giants. And that's exactly what we're seeing. If you look at the Padres' remaining schedule, they have 3 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Giants, and 3 against the White Sox.
They can
That's
win
a
all 9.
cakewalk schedule. They could win all 9 and sneak into the playoffs.
I hope so. I got.
Oh yeah, you did make that bet.
I made a bet that they'd win the World Series. I got. Let me look at my odds here on that.
It's alive. It's alive. The bet's
If
alive.
they get, hey, I'm telling you, Padres get in, they're going to be dangerous.
They
They're
are.
going to
telling
be
you.
dangerous. I thought they would do this streak like a month ago. I got to look at my bet, see what I got on them. Do. So I mean, people are talking about that on WokeTube or whatever, they talk about that all the time, right? People.
What's that?
Yeah, usually you just got to be careful with that.
I didn't say anything controversial. I mean,
That topic
Not to
is
you.
always controversial.
I mean, whatever. Go wear your mask, and I don't care.
No, I mean,
I got so
you
much.
know how
I could say-
people are.
I got so much I could say about it, but I'm not. I'm
There's-
just.
there's-
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm
trust
staying
me.
quiet.
Trust me. I got my own view on that, but
Yeah, there's a lot of sensitive people in the world.
it's not even. Well,
Snowflakes.
it's the platform that we're on. That's what you got to be careful of.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I support mask wearing. How's that?
There. Woo.
You just got boosted, and YouTube just boosted you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a free world, right? Wear your
Mark,
mask.
I'm not gonna bet you, Mark. I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs. I'm just saying, like, watch out. They're just watch out for the Padres.
I got him at plus 5,500.
They have a good team.
Damn.
They're probably much higher right now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, their odds are so slim. It's like 0.1%. But
How many? I just
they're
checked.
5 out. They're 5
We got
out.
100. We got 126 signatures on the petition.
Yep, we do.
We need about 126,000.
We do.
Man,
need
I mean, I'd be happy with just a few thousand. That would be awesome. That just tells you that it's out
If you got
there.
126,000, you might be able to put it in the Giants' fate in front of them, and they might do something. But yeah, Mark, I don't think they're climbing over 4 teams. They would have to win out and still get help.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very unlikely. But if they won out, they'd win 84 games. It's very possible that at 84 wins, they tie with somebody, for the 3rd spot. I mean, you look at everybody's wins right now. Let's do that. Let me pull up the. I have that schedule, but I didn't even include the Padres in it, obviously for obvious reasons. But all right, so here's the wild card standings as of right now. We got those up. Are they up?
Yep.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
are.
Okay, so we got the Phillies. They're a lock. They're in. Phillies have a chance to win 90 games, 89, 90 games. They got to go
Minus
let's see,
24.
7 and 3. Diamondbacks. Okay, so it's between the Cubs, Marlins, and the Reds for that last spot. They're all at 79 wins.
God, the Cubs are leaking oil.
They are.
Yeah.
They got
So-
beat bad by the Pirates today.
Yeah.
Their ace got rocked.
But they also scored like 18 runs yesterday. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
scored 16 yesterday. Yeah.
yeah, I
So
don't know
the-
about like real bad. I mean, the Giants
So,
would kill score
yeah.
18.
That's more than the Giants
Giants
score
in a week, yeah.
Wow.
79 wins. If you're 79 and 74, you've played 153. So you got 9 left, right? Am I doing my math right? Yeah. And if you're 79 and 73, you've got 10 left. You played 152. So let's say the Cubs go 5-5 in their final 10. They finish with 84 wins. Let's say the Marlins go 5-4 in their last 9. They win 84. And let's say the Reds go 5. They've only got 8 left. Wow. Let's say the Reds go 4-4 in their final 8.
The Reds are fun to watch too.
Yeah. That would put
Yes,
the Reds
they
at
are.
83 wins. So the Padres, if they win out, they can win 84 games. They got 9 left. And I don't know what the tiebreaker would be with those other teams, but it's not out of the realm for the Padres with their schedule. The fact that they got 3 at home with the Cardinals who are not good, and the Padres are 7 in a row. Then they got the Giants who are just, Cancun time. I mean, those guys are ready to pack it in.
Mhm.
Those guys are so done. And the Padres are going to, if they come in here, if the Padres come in here on a 3-game winning streak, win the 3 at home against the Cardinals, and let's say the Giants lose 3 or 4 to the Dodgers, they're going to be ahead of the Giants, and the Giants are officially mathematically eliminated. Probably, yes, they would be, and the Padres are going to be just so stoked that the Padres could run the table.
I'm gonna put $100 that the Padres are finishing above the Giants. I'm that
Oh,
confident.
I would take that. You know what? I'm going to look. How can we do that? Where is that?
I'm so confident that the Padres are just gonna overtake the Giants because the Giants play the Dodgers 2 times and the Padres 1. The Padres play the Cardinals, the Giants, and the White Sox. I mean, come on. It's not even close. And they're
Real
only
quick,
1.5
did you guys
games back.
see that Harrison is pitching tomorrow night in LA?
I thought he might be. Because he was probably scheduled to.
He's
pitch
gonna get
the other
lit
night.
up. JD Davis is killing the ball. Oh, it's gonna be
JD
ugly.
Martinez, you mean?
Yeah, JD Martinez. That guy's
Yeah,
they
back
got the
and
right JD.
crushing it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be bad.
Let me see if the Dodgers came back and won tonight because they were down 2-0 early. If they won tonight, they're getting closer to the Braves.
I think they
Let's-
did.
The Dodgers. Where are you, Doggers?
Yeah, good point, Spencer. Everyone's gonna be watching the Niners anyways. Yep.
Exactly. Why? Come on. Okay. See all.
Hey,
Okay.
Dan,
Dodgers lost. Dodgers lost 4-2. So
It's only it's the Dodgers are only minus 172
That's all.
on the money line. I mean, that's the Dodgers typically hover around minus 210 to minus 260. So I'm like shocked that they're not more favored. Were the Dodgers on a long road trip? Are they coming home?
no, they're home right now. They've been
Okay.
home. They
They-
won 2 or 3. They've won they had won several in a row.
Do they play them tomorrow? Is it?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Giants, Dodgers. Who's watching? Nobody.
I'm gonna have to fire.
I'm watching the Giants tomorrow.
I
But
mean the Niners.
Tell you.
no,
what.
I'm watching the Giants,
Oh yeah.
the New York Giants, and the
Mhm.
49er game.
That's right.
Who's going to watch the Giants game with that? I mean, oh my goodness.
somebody will. Grilled
Two team-
cheese.
2-team parlay.
Is Harrison Friday? I thought they said tomorrow. This is
No,
show.
Harrison's tomorrow.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Dan mentioned to me last night, "Hey Los, what do you think about if the Giants are officially out of contention that they bring up Ramos and Luciano?" I told him flat out, if I was them, I would respectfully say no thanks.
They can't do that.
I don't want to come up
They can't do
if
that.
possible. In other words, translation, F you. You don't have any confidence in me when things are for real. You're just going to bring me up just to bring me up for some non-important games? Nah.
No one. They would never do that.
They would never do that. Of
Yeah.
course, they would get called up, but their attitude would be like, "Oh, this is what you think of me. You're out of it now. You believed in Slater. You believed in Yaz when everything was on the line. Now everything's done, and you're going to call me up? Yeah, they would go up.
You know what?
They're professional.
I mean, Yaz is playing on a hammy. Conforto's playing on a hammy. Just sit those guys down. Just put them on the IL. Call it. Just bring up. Let's see an outfield of Matos, Ramos, and Meckler, just for the rest of the year. Whatever.
Yep, that's what they should do. And I was listening to the game on the radio a little today.
Luciano and Schmidt.
Dave Fleming was talking, and I don't remember when it was or what the score was, but he made a point saying that the Giants in like the last 3 months or some timeline, Thairo Estrada has like 20 stolen bases or something. The rest of the Giants have 3. They have 3 stolen bases. And he was like, well, a lot of that is attributed to Yastrzemski's hamstring, Slater's hamstrings, Wade's Fleming.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, like, why are these guys playing in the field when they can't run 100%? It makes no sense.
Yeah, especially in the playoff chase.
Acuna's got ready to swipe 70 bags.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hit 40 bombs.
And you see, Corbin Carroll today is the first rookie in Major League history to hit 25 home runs and have 50 stolen bases.
Absolute stud.
Oh, love that guy.
Would you say he's almost like a Ricky Henderson, huh? Got the power and the speed.
He is so
Could have
good,
been
though.
a Giant.
He causes
passed
havoc.
on him.
Giants had a shot at him. They took Hunter Bishop.
Where's he at? Oh, that's
With
right.
the single A.
No, he went under the knife. Tommy John.
Hasn't he been injured like every season?
Yes.
And anybody who gets excited about the whole thing with Ohtani, just put it to rest. I wouldn't even give it 2 seconds. It's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
They're going to be talk about it also. The only chance they have with Ohtani is if they bring in a whole different regime. Somebody like they go after Dave Dombrowski or something.
Arhan and Gabe would platoon Ohtani.
Yeah, they would.
They're
If
like,
he goes on like a
right
if he
hand
goes
on
on like a 5-10 game stretch where he's in a slump, I seriously think like they might platoon him for a couple days at least.
There's a lefty on the mound. Sorry, Shohei. You're gonna have to sit down today.
Yeah, you've been slumping a little bit. We'll give you a little breather.
Well, yeah.
I can't wait till the prop bets come out at the start of next season for Ohtani for homers, because I'm going under.
Because of his surgery.
Yeah.
He'll probably be like something like 40 something.
Is it time to start talking fantasy football or what?
Real quick, Brian Iglesias, fellas, I've gone through 7 stages of grief with this team. I'm at acceptance. This regime gets 1 year. If they're not drastically better with better players next year, then it's time to move on.
No, they don't get 1 more year. They're done now. There's no reason to give them another year.
Why?
They've been given 4 years.
So maybe Brian wants to come
5 for Farhan.
Maybe Brian wants to come on and explain why he would give him another year.
Yeah, we could put that on the chat. We got some people that actually want to come on. Put the earlier on. Put the link in there.
Got it.
And I thought we were going to have some phone calls coming in, but haven't.
I need to know.
Link is in the chat.
I need to know.
We'll try to keep it short so we could get maybe a few people on.
One at a time.
Yeah, one at a time.
I need to see that thought process.
Yeah, I need the thought process. I need to hear from them, like why they want to give him another year.
Well, here's my take on this.
MF.
I'm shirtless. I still come on. Here's the take. Robert Duvall wanted to come on.
Hold on one second. Let me put this up. There we go.
We'll put the link in and just come in one at a time. We'll get you in. We'll keep it short. If we got a lot in there, we'll probably 5 minutes or less.
If you don't want your face on, you could put stop cam and just be
Yeah, you can hit the
audio.
stop cam if you just want
Yeah.
to talk off cam. That's cool. We don't care.
Up to you.
I'll say this, guys, as far as what Brian Iglesias is saying, here's why I don't want another year, because it is only 1 year. The only way that they're going to keep Farhan, if you give them a 1-year deal, is you're going to have to win and get into the playoffs and play really good. Okay. And that's not going to happen because the Padres are coming back better. The Cardinals will be better. The Diamondbacks are going to be better, even though and Cubs will probably be better, and other teams will get better. And the Giants don't have the ability to get better based on the fact that they're stuck with contracts like Haniger, possibly Conforto. He may not opt out. And then Ross Stripling says he's not opting out. That's a lot of money that you're giving that you had probably hoped that they would opt out, because when you signed him with an opt-out clause, you expected him to have a good year. You expected him to either have a good year so you can trade him and get assets, or that you got a good year out of him and they contributed to a playoff team. The worst case scenario is having somebody come back when you really don't want them to come back, because now you're tying up your other funds for other players. So you got Stripling coming back at $12.5 million. You may have Mania, but I think Mania has earned enough. He's pitched well enough to opt out. I would think Stripling would want to just get the hell out of Dodge personally and just say, why do I want to deal with this dysfunctional group?
You mean Stripling? You mean Stripling?
Just like, wait, I'm pitching today? Oh, I'm not? Oh, I'm starting tomorrow? Oh, wait, you needed me in the bullpen for this game? Now I'm not starting? What the heck? Just
Hey, is that tall guy still on the roster? The 6'10"
He pitched
guy?
today.
He pitched today.
Hajelli?
Hajelli?
Jelly.
Hajelli?
Yeah,
Call
I
Hajelli?
didn't
That's
want to
why
go.
he
I
said
didn't
the
want to.
tall guy. That's
wanna
why he
go-
said
I didn't want to go there with his name. That's why I just said the 6'10" guy.
He's
the tall
6'11".
guy. I
He's
want to say
6'11".
Hajelli.
He's 6'11".
He's
Yeah, we got Los called. We got Heliot
Dijon?
Ramos,
Dijon.
Sean Hajelli, Ross Stripling. Who else did we have?
Paul DeJong.
Dijon.
And who else? There was another guy.
John.
Hajelli.
No, there was one more. Who was it?
There's a bunch of them, man. I got to get back to my English.
Jeez.
Hajelli.
Yo hablo español, muy bien.
So we got anybody coming into the green room?
Nope.
Yeah, don't be scared. We don't bite.
I mean, you saw how we treated Sean earlier. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll be
we're
fair.
respectful.
We don't have to agree for you to come on. Like Giovanni Villegas, why don't you come on? Bring my dozen cookies and tell me why you think the Niners suck. Because I
And
saw
Haruku, I know you're in there. I see you all over the place,
The
Haruku.
Niners suck. What?
you got to. Yeah, he said the Niners suck because they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. So yeah, you have to win a championship, otherwise you suck. Philosophy to Giovanni Villegas.
That's really dumb.
Bring my dozen cookies, dog. Yeah, come on in.
The
Let
Niners
us
are
know why the
dominant.
Niners suck.
The Niners are a dominant team.
Every year they're right there. They're relevant, but you can only be good if you win a
Their
championship.
starting quarterback hasn't lost a regular season game that he's finished.
Hey, remember I said the other night on Larry's postgame show on Sunday, the best thing that could happen for the Giants were fortunate this week because they're going in the tank, and the Niners was the all talk on Monday after the Colorado series with the Giants. So the Niners was all talk Monday on Sports Talk because of the game with the Rams. And then today everybody's getting ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be all about the Niners, tomorrow night's game instead of the Giants, the crap that they are. And then Sunday or Friday is going to be post-game Niners, New York Giants. Giants are dodging a bullet, but what they're really going to suffer is next week when it's Friday, Monday. It's kind of a short week or long week for the Niners because they don't play after tomorrow night for 10 days. So everybody's going to be jumping on the Giants. I just want to see, what do you think would happen, guys, if this franchise, identical franchise, but just put them in New York or Philly? How long would this regime have made it?
They would have made it
2 years at the most.
Well, look at how long.
I think they would have got through the 107 win season.
They would have been fired after last year.
No, I think they would have made it into the beginning of this year and got fired this year during the year.
During the year, maybe. Hey,
Crazy.
Robert's in the green room.
All right,
Ooh,
I don't see him.
Rothberg?
Rothberg?
Oh, we got
No.
further down here.
Deville.
Okay, there we go.
Rothberg, please come on, please.
I don't think he's around. He's probably
All right.
sleeping.
Robert
Yeah.
DeVille is.
Giovanni, come on.
We're bringing in. We bring in our. We treat our guests with respect and dignity. What do we got to give them? Ready?
Ready? Let's go.
Did he come in? Bring him in, Eric. I hit it and didn't come in.
Oh, he's in there. He's the black screen.
Oh,
On your,
okay.
Right below me.
Okay. Robert, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
can.
loud and clear.
Loud
Yeah,
and
I
clear.
just want this season that we have here going on. It ain't easy to fix it right away, but I think if the front office and the GM can get together and say, hey, you know what, this ain't working. I need to go on, because that Miami Marlins lady, the GM, her contract's up this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Kim Ning.
Kim Ning.
If the ownership can get her in here, that whole thing will be gone. Because the way that I look at it, this platooning stuff, what's going on right now, it ain't working. I mean,
No,
it ain't fun to go to a minor league game and see a pitcher get pulled out in 2 innings for a playoff game.
Yeah, Miami might want to hold on though.
Yeah, but what I'm
'Cause
saying,
they did a pretty good job at the trade deadline.
What
They addressed the concerns.
Robert? What do you do at the ballpark? You work there, right?
No, I go all and watch all. I help out whatever. See the scout. I help out. I don't help out with the organization. I just go and figure out my ways and see if I can put something in the ownership thing so they can get somebody.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Not like I'm not like a scout or anything, but I just go out and see people, see teams, see our development, see what we have, and call in KBR and figure it out.
So you work for the team?
Well, no.
Oh,
No. I just go out and analyze what I see and then put it in the KBR.
He's a freelancer. That's what he is.
No, I'm a Giant fan. I mean, I've been a fan ever since.
How many games do you go to a year?
Well, I go to a lot because I'm good friends with Champ, with Jock's brother, younger brother.
Okay,
Oh,
can you tell us what's the chatter when you're at the game like around you? Do you talk to other fans? Like what is the consensus?
I don't
like?
talk to fans. I just go there for business. I go out to see what they need.
Got it.
Put it in the KBR right away.
Okay.
And try to see. I mean, obviously, I mean we're in a drought.
Yeah.
We can't get out of it. I mean, I go to Sacramento to go watch players, and they're gone right because they're getting shipped out.
Well, you
And
can't get out of it if
the dumbest thing that they did, though. Sorry to talk over you, but the dumbest thing that they did was trade the Bond, because the Bond has the skill and athleticism more than Slater did.
Got a point there. He's having success in Houston. That's for sure.
He can play short and he can play outfield.
There's a few players that leave here and have success. It's kind
Yeah,
of no
exactly. Mike
coincidence.
Tuchman. I mean,
But I
who
mean,
else?
it doesn't do any good. I mean, we're gonna be stuck.
Well,
Yeah,
he was bottom line given a chance.
Yeah.
That's all these young guys need is a chance. That's what we
Yeah,
preach
that's
on
what I'm
the show.
saying. I mean, if you're not going to use the top, Slater or whatever, tell him to go down and get somebody else up. Who cares if we waive him? Somebody will get him.
do you think that Farhan and Gabe deserve another year?
No, not if they fold, they should be out. That's
What do
what
you
I'm
mean?
saying.
What do you mean if they fold? They've already folded.
Yeah, but I mean, if they lose out, which they probably will.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think if they make the playoffs this year, they should
They're
be
not
fired?
gonna. the only way they're gonna get in is if somehow if the Cubs fall and they win a couple. But I don't see anything that they're gonna win.
They'd have to win every game.
They have to win every game. That means you're gonna have to pitch. I mean, Webb is gonna probably throw Sunday.
Yeah.
And then,
All right. Well, we got.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Robert,
Thank
for
you.
your,
Yeah,
for your
thank you.
comments, and we got Kyle now in the green room.
Hold
man-
up, hold up. Nope.
Oh, wait a minute. He's got his shirt on.
Thank you, Robert.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Before
Thanks,
we
Robert.
get to him,
Okay.
did Robert really say I don't like the Giants platooning? He went
Yeah.
to my school of English.
Yeah. Platooning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Here we
I don't know
go.
if anybody caught that. Right on, Robert.
The one and only Kyle. who
Hey,
has
Kyle,
his
how's
shirt
the
on.
renovations going at the house?
I built my master closet last night. I'm mudding it right now. Just, I don't know. It's been a year and a half. It's been a long journey here, but
A lot of dust.
yeah, I'm doing my master. I'm doing the whole house myself, but I'm doing the master bathroom in the bedroom, and then I had the guy over. I'm subbing the rest out. Screw this. This sucks.
You did the mudding? You mudded it?
I did everything. Yeah, the guy's like, "Do you do this for a living?" I was like, "No." Like, he's like, "This is perfect." But
Did you go smooth? You went smooth texture?
no. So the house is built in '80, so it's called skip trowel. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to bore anybody with this, but I mean, it's,
No, I'm interested.
Yeah,
it's smooth. But
Hey, it's
you
what
can-
Sean does for a living. And if you went over budget and you need some funds, holler.
I do it for a living. That's why every time I've been on the show, Sean's never been around. That's why I kind of called in. I was kind of stoked because interest rates aren't very fun right now.
Nope.
So, yeah, they're past 7, right? 7.2.
Nah.
Hey, they
six-
didn't
six
right.
and a quarter,
That
six
was a
and a
good
half.
thing. They're just maintaining.
Depends what your
no
credit
hype.
is.
Yeah. So no, I buy, fix, and sell homes, but this one I'm keeping this. I'm gonna move into this one.
Where
you're
do you flip
fix and
houses?
flipper. You're fix and flipper, right?
Right. Yeah. I've been
Oh,
doing
so
it for.
you shouldn't be concerned about interest rates. You're flipping the property anyway.
Well,
Not the ones that you hold. I get it.
right. Exactly. Like I refied out all my rentals and stuff. What was it? It's 2023. So I don't know, about January 2021 ish, when stuff was hitting like sub 3, and then it started to just bomb up, and I was just like, "Woo!" Slip through the door. Right
Where are you
time.
flipping houses? What city?
I'm in Chico.
Chico. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I've done
interesting.
stuff in Tennessee and Nevada.
Tennessee's
And,
a good market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have rentals there. So,
Nice.
Nice.
anyways, thanks if you guys you make my night, my lonely nights
Cool.
go by.
Cool.
Um,
Hey, we still
Hey,
want to see
thanks,
that
Kyle.
ball. You got to bring that ball, man.
I know. I want to bring it. I don't want to do like a duplicate, kind of like the same show twice. I think it'd be kind of cool if Larry was on, because he had me on KMBR live at the ballpark with Gary. I didn't have the ball at the time, but Gary's like, "Sit your ass down. You're gonna get on the radio." I'm like, "What?" So I talked about it, but it'd be kind of cool to just talk about it with Larry as well.
Yeah.
Larry's like, "You need to get that thing authenticated." So
Sure, why not, man? Talk
It's
about the
kinda
glory
crazy
days of this.
'cause-
I'd rather talk about the 62 Giants than the damn 2023 Giants, to be honest with you.
right, that I have this hunch that Willie Mays isn't doing very good. He's kind of been, but
Yeah, he's
It's-
up there in
Oh
age.
man.
is he 93 this
He's
year?
90,
92?
I think so. 93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They play that.
Hey.
Right. They play that what is that? The rerun of like kind of like his career and whatnot. And it's just a trip to see that 1962 Game 7, like,
Oh.
brief cut, because my dad was there and he was 13 years old. And
Wow.
he got
Crazy.
that ball and gave it to me. So it's just like
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
it's such a trip. Like I was telling my wife that like when it was on last week, I'm like, you realize you can't see him, obviously. It was Willie running into first base or he hit a home run or something. But I was like, do you realize my dad was at that game and he's 13 years old?
That's
She's
awesome.
like, that is weird. And I was like,
Is your dad still living?
yeah.
Oh,
they live
awesome.
they live like 5 minutes down the street.
That's so awesome. So he must be like 75 now or 76?
Just turned 74.
74. Okay.
And my mom just turned 73 last week. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, if you're
Yeah.
That is
if you're
so
a baseball if you're a baseball fan, more so a Giants fan, you have to see Willie Mays' documentary on HBO Max. Say, hey, if you haven't seen it,
I
I'm
still
telling
haven't
you,
done
buddy.
that yet. I've been so busy
Oh
with
my
this
God,
house.
that is like one of the better
It's
documentaries
good.
you will
Yeah,
ever
it's really
see.
good.
I mean,
That's awesome.
That man is a jewel. I mean, even
Right.
in his 90s, the way he talked and the confidence he has. Oh, I love him.
That's my dad's favorite player. He's just like
Superstar. My God,
He's-
that is a superstar.
Kyle, we're going to bring in Trock here, but thanks for
yeah.
come on in anytime we open it up. Love having you. And thanks for supporting the channel.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'll
Let
continue
your
listening.
friends know about the NorCal Sports Network. If everybody
I do.
in there listening would
Yeah.
get 2-3 people to subscribe, man, we'd be rocking and rolling. We'd be
Yeah,
over 1,000.
Get us them
shortly.
referrals, man.
You know what
Right.
we did at the ball game the other night? We were at the ball game last night, the Arizona.
Rock on, Sean. Wait.
See you, Kyle.
Take it easy, Kyle.
Later.
We just took their couple guys' phones and said, "Hey, give me your phone," and we just subscribed them.
Yeah, Dan,
Brute force.
Dan was working it, man. But we did meet those wrestling dudes, Eric.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was awesome. That one guy was great. Talk about slobber knockers, and he was good. I liked him.
Oh, yeah.
And we welcome in
Hold on.
with the music.
Let's give some. Sure, why not, huh? The one and only Trock.
All right, Trock. Here's the first thing I got for you. Trock,
What's up?
give me Kelsey.
You got to propose that trade, Dan.
All right,
Right
I'll
on.
give you.
Great.
I'll give you
Rip.
for Travis Kelsey. I'm going to give you Odell.
Oh my
Brock,
God.
if you say no, he's gonna kick you.
What
do you
Get
think,
ready.
Trock? Do I get Kelsey?
He's already.
Well, hang on. Before I say that, I'm playing Bora this week. I got to give Bora the first right of refusal. Right, Dan? I have to. I can't
gonna
agree
give-
or disagree yet.
Who wants?
I
Who
play.
wants?
My week starts tomorrow with Bora,
Who wants?
and we're
Christian?
going to go down in time.
Anybody want Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, I'll give you George Pickens.
I got Kareem Hunt. You want him?
No.
Hey, that was a good move. That was a good move for you.
Yeah, that was a good move.
I saw that and I says, man, I put in some waiver claims. I didn't get any of them last night. But that's okay. Some other guys overspent.
Hey,
I
real
did
quick.
not, Eddie. I did not.
Thanks for joining, Robert. We appreciate it.
So do I get Kelsey Trock?
I did work
Send me the
pretty
trade.
good,
Let me
though.
look at it. I can't shoot off the cuff right now. I got to look at it first.
Okay,
But I wanted
just
to call in and
I wanted to
was
have
on my
fun
way
with you
home
and get-
today.
bop you out like I do Eric.
Well, I haven't said no yet, Dan. I haven't said no yet.
There you go.
I've learned. I
Yeah.
am wise. I am NorCal Sports Network wise when I'm on here and when I show up. So when I was driving home today and I had to listen to KMBR and SB Santangelo doing his thing, and it was fun. The dynamics. Real quick though, shout out to Robert for coming on and
Yeah.
being the man that he was for stating his case. Respect. I mean, honestly, big respect. Also, shout out to you guys. You guys got over 100 views today, and I want to say congratulations to that as well. So
Thanks.
the
Thank you.
temperature is rising,
No doubt.
even
No
in the
doubt.
midst of the Giants' downfall.
Yep.
So I was coming in, driving back home from where I was coming from, and they had FB Santangelo on, and the polar opposites of the crowd of calling in was wild. You got Dan on one side and this other guy, Carl, on another side, and he was like, "You know, guys, I think it's a marriage. You know, you got to love a team. You got to love a team when you're coming in. And you know what? You don't break up with somebody in the hard times. You got to stay with them. You got to stay with them when it's bad. You got to stay when it's bad. And I was like, what is this? It's like, you loved them when they were winning the World Series, didn't you? You love them. And I was like, listen, it wasn't Kapler, it wasn't Farhan. I was in love, and I was in love with Bruce Bochy. I was in love with that team. I give this Giants team is a side piece that came and go, and I don't know your name. That's all this team is right now, and organization. That's all it is. And there's some nice gyms. I would say there is some talent on there that just needs some time to play and work things out. I know the chat and you guys might have a difference between Bailey. I like Bailey.
Yeah,
I do think work to be done. But there's some players on this team that just need to play, and they need to play next year. And
they need to play right now. They need to play right now, and they need to play
right now. Yeah,
2 months ago.
They need the manager and the general manager that will play them. Troc. That's the thing. Is like the players are there, but if you don't engage Maverick, then what are we doing?
Well, no, you got to get rid of Farhan and Kapler. That's a given. I'm sorry, that's my premise to start. That's my deal. They're gone.
Yes.
You have to have a new regime come in and say, these are my guys, these are not my guys, because this regime has not done that. They haven't given any faith to the youth when they've brought them up. It's come in, sit down, get out. Those are the two options. There's nothing of like, hey, stay in for a month. Give me your 30 games and see what you could do. We brought you up because we have enough faith in you to be on this team. We don't have that in this team.
I hate to say it, but it's almost like they just have favorites. Like no matter what they do, no matter how much they get hurt, no matter how bad they play, they will not get rid of them. And the guys and they're blocking the guys that they don't give a chance to. And good fans, knowledgeable baseball fans see that. They have their favorites, and we know who they are. We don't need to repeat it.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. And you know what? They're going to die by the sword. I hope.
Yep. And
the problem is the secondary market. I used to make a lot of money doing this. Is I'd buy season tickets and I'd sell them on the secondary market. And you buy low and sell high. Sean, you're talking about this. Why the fuck would you buy season tickets going into the next year? You'd rather pick and choose your games and spend undervalued money and show up. There's no reason for it. There's no incentive for a loyal season ticket holder to buy a bulk tickets for the whole season and then go at it.
Yeah, because you buy your tickets for the playoff purposes too, because you get they're not going to make the playoffs. So
no,
playoffs.
Yeah, instead of spending $14,000 on season tickets for 81 games, go spend a couple thousand and go to
Luxus Club.
Yeah, and you can
dugout club.
Yeah, you can sit where you want for 5-10 games, and that's about all you can probably handle watching this team anyway.
I went to 2 games this year.
Yeah,
the problem is the San Francisco Giants. That hub is a tourist attraction. Now people are going to come and watch it and buy the tickets up, and it'll even out. The problem is the secondary market will be there, but the season tickets will get sold, unfortunately, and it'll go in the pockets of the regime, the management. It'll happen, and it's because it's a desirable destination for travel. The problem is it's not hardcore sports fans, which you guys were talking about, that come in and see this dog shit product that we have. But here's the thing. At the end of the season, it's going to be hard to fill those seats up because the fans that usually pick up the slack and the pieces of that aren't going to be there.
Right.
And I really hope to see that. But I'm at my if you can see my background, I'm in my studio. I'm trying to find some new talent for extracurricular and sports purposes. I'm hiring cheerleaders. You guys know any?
Look at Noah.
Did you guys get that text I sent you?
Yeah, who the hell is that?
He's pretty good. He's a super utility man.
Really? Damn. Shows you I've not been following up.
We chose him over Luciano, which makes no sense.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Big surprise there.
Well, they'd have to DFA somebody to get on there because he's not on the 40.
That's interesting.
There's a bunch of DFA.
Tyler Fitzgerald looks like he's coming up to the big club. It sounds like they're going to be. I bet you they DFA DeYoung.
Probably. Well, why would you keep DeYoung?
Yeah, there's no
What's
point.
the purpose?
Yeah, it's over now. So there you go.
Pollock can enjoy washing cars somewhere. Great.
Yeah,
Come to Arizona. They love car washing down here.
man.
You know, when the Giants are winning, Troc.
Hey, look at that, Bonta.
When they're winning and that park
Liked
is
by
filled,
Bonta.
when they're winning and the park is full, it's probably 75-80% baseball fans, and the rest of them are just casual fans that just want to be there.
That's not best.
But when they're losing, yeah, at best.
Electric.
But when they're losing like this, like the amount of baseball fans, I mean, they don't want to go like I've said, to go and pay for parking and see that kind of a product. So they've lost the baseball fans. And then to Sean's point, you're doing this with the business side, then you're going to start to lose the casual fans. And man, you start losing the casual fans because you're right. So many people go to that place because of the ballpark, because of tourism, and
That's
just to be
exactly
seen
what it
there
is right now.
get up on social media. But if they start losing some things there, woo. Like I say, wait till that Dodgers series, man. When you see all that blue, that's going to be a sad sight. But,
It's always a lot of blue every time the Dodgers show up.
but not like it's going to be. It's always been
We'll see.
about 50.
It's going to overpower it.
Yeah, but in the playoffs in 2021, it was about 70-30, 75-25. There was mostly Giants fans. There were Dodger fans.
There you go, Troc. There you go. I
But
sent it to you.
next week.
Let me see if I can get it.
Shock, your internet connection might have to be down, so you don't decline the
Okay,
trade.
hang on.
when
I
you
can't
get picks.
get it yet.
Yeah.
I will say
Hey.
that fans love winners. Fans love winners.
Yeah.
I used to have a transportation company that used to truck fans to Giants, Niners, wine tasting, Sharks games, A's games, up and down from Monterey County, called Full Court Entertainment. This is 10 plus years ago. When Harbaugh became the coach, I owned 60 season tickets for the Niners to fill my bus up and take people out as a side business. I think it was a Monday night football game against the Seahawks. I couldn't give my tickets away to Niner fans. And that's because a long stretch of losing will do that to an organization fan base to say, I don't want to see your dog shit product. Prove to me you give a fuck, and then I will reinvest in your team. And that's a fact about any fan base across the league. And I can tell you this, by the time they played the Steelers, when the lights went out Monday Night Football, later in that season, I sold every seat I had that paid for my season tickets because people pay and want to see a fucking winner. So you can charge whatever the fuck you want to see winners. You can't give seats away to see losers.
Right.
And that's where we're going in. This year was make or break for the Farhan Kapler deal. And you're going to get beat out by the San Diego Padres.
Yeah,
That may
And
happen.
it's-
they are. Padres are going to pass them.
Oh yeah,
No doubt.
like,
No doubt.
yeah.
But my question to you guys is this: how do the Giants navigate this off season with all the negativity that is starting to, brew up, and it's going to get more intense as they lose more games and have just a complete flop of a season? How is it, when how do they realistically run it back? How do they do that? What do they say to the fan base to convince them that bringing back Farhan and Gabe is the right thing? How would you do that if you're what do you think they'll say?
They're going to send fucking Gabe Kapler to Coney Island on the 4th of July to choke on 6,000 fucking hot dogs on his fucking food review is what's going to happen. That's the only way he can sell these tickets, as this guy is going to go in there and do his food reviews because, hey, this is trendy and now it's national television and that's what the people want. I mean, I want to see him choke on 1,000 hot dogs, not as a manager of the Giants. And that's what this is. That's what this circus is.
Those girls sitting in front of us at the game last night, they were ripping on Farhan. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we gotta balance that smoke and, go eat that raw meat, have some hot dogs. I can't finish.
Jeez.
I can't
What do you
finish.
think, Sean? I mean,
I can't
you're
finish.
you're a marketer. You've been. How do you sell this to the fan base? But they're
can't.
gonna try.
They're gonna try.
So
They're gonna
what are they
try.
gonna? What are they gonna say that
They
is? And is the Bay Area just too passive when
Soft.
it comes to
Naive.
too soft
Yeah.
to fight back? And
Look at the beat writers. Soft.
Yep.
Soft. Slusser,
yeah,
Baggerly,
Soft,
Pavlovich,
soft,
John Shea,
soft.
all of them. Soft.
right.
They're gonna sell injuries, Dan.
And they're intimidated by Gabe too.
Oh, of course
Right.
they are.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, he puts them in their place. I mean,
Because he's a narcissist. That's why.
yeah, he doesn't want. Yeah, he just totally. I've seen him do it, and Slusser just sucks up to him.
There's no pushback. If you try to ask a difficult question, he just puts the question right back on you.
Yep.
We need more of an East Coast media side to push. And
That'll
voice those
never
buttons.
happen. I would love
keep
it, but it'll
pushing.
never happen.
Well, it
Can
will
you imagine?
again.
Can you imagine a guy that came from the East Coast and he was like very straightforward and blunt like that, and he applied for a job with the Giants in the media, and they kind of saw immediately how he was? They wouldn't hire him. You asked
That's why
two tough questions.
That's why Sabes
We can't
was-
have you working
That's
here.
why Sabes was great. He was an East Coast guy,
Yep.
and he didn't. He was just like he'd fight you right on the radio. Yeah.
Kyle
Big
McCray was
by
talking
allowing
about
is we
Buster
don't have
Posey.
that.
Did you guys? I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I guess Kerry Crowley had an interview with Buster Posey. Did you guys see that at all? I haven't
Nope.
got a chance to watch it yet.
Haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I know he posted it earlier today. I'm gonna have to take a look at it.
Okay.
I got to hear what he had to say because he's been real quiet since he came here.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, to me,
The big splash that we thought was going to happen.
it could. There could be some
It's
quiet
still be
stuff.
coming.
There could be some
It might
quiet
be
stuff
behind
going.
the scenes,
See, I
maybe
don't know
for a while.
how you bring them back after this collapse, and that you do have. See, they've lost the best fans. The true fan that really understands baseball and
Once Farhan and Kapler gone, those are the
Right.
true fans.
the true fans that love the game are done. You heard it from Bonte. You heard it from Shasky. Their significant other and Shasky's wife, they don't even interested. My wife loved going to the games just because she loved learning baseball and going to the games. This year she says, I don't want to go. They're boring. My wife, who just learned baseball like 4 years ago, she knows it now. She goes, they're boring.
She also hears you say it like 100,000 times. So, I mean, of course she's gonna say that.
But she does get it. She watches the games with me and she just says, I can't watch this. I can't watch this.
I think the dogs are bored of the Giants.
She says they can't hit. I mean,
I think the chat's tired. I mean, everything's. I mean, we beat it into the ground.
yeah. So let's get into some fantasy football trades. Come on, let them get moving. Trock, take that move. Just accept it. Hit accept, and we'll be on our merry way, and we'll everybody will be happy.
Mhm.
Will they, Dan? Will they?
Yeah.
Well, I know
Jesus, Dan, you traded how many players? Do you know I could only have so many players on my bench? You want
you have
four
to
players or two.
you have to waive a couple of those guys that probably aren't worth much on your bench.
My bench is pretty good. That's the problem. I got some injuries.
Let me look at that bench. Well, I took one of them off your hand.
Dan just picked up Odell Beckham Jr. off waiver, or not even waiver. I think it was a free agent, right?
And I'll tell you, he's not good.
And he's trying to sell him off like he's, hey, I got Odell Beckham.
I don't think I'd put him in the trade. He's not in the deal.
Oh, he's not. I heard you mention
he's
it
not
in
in
the
the deal. No. Let me get the chat. The fantasy football gurus to see if I should accept this. Dan is sending me Laporta, a tight end, Reed, Green Bay wide receiver, Tooney, that obviously can't catch and had the most memes ever made about him ever in a
Tony,
history of wide
but
receivers.
he's going
the
to turn
first
it
game ever
around.
played.
He's a number one receiver.
Jonathan Taylor, who is not going to play, and who knows who's going to play.
I got to bounce.
Take it easy, Sean. Thanks for joining.
See you, Sean.
Everyone.
Later, Sean.
See you.
Fuck Gabe Kapler.
Those are sweet ass parting words.
Yeah, that was good.
Respect. 4, Travis Kelce and Austin Eckler. It's tough, Tan. I just want to see what the chat says. I don't know.
Chat, what say you? Get away from him. There's a couple of seconds delay. Will be didn't hear. What's the
Are we going into fantasy football trades?
Yes.
Man.
Here we go.
Laporta, tight end. Reed, wide receiver, Green Bay. Tooney, wide receiver, Kansas City. Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis, on pub list running back for Travis Kelce and Austin Eckler.
You see that?
NorCal Sports.
Oh, man. Will Martinez says we have a trade pending. Do we really?
Who's we?
I don't know who's we.
Me and you?
I don't know. I'm just saying Will Martinez says we have a trade pending.
Not with me. Hiroku and I. Hiroku. Sent you a couple good ones.
Mark Graves says Dan thinks there's one born every minute.
That'll Mark.
Look at Justin Fields. Good for him. He came out and called out his coaching staff. Stop making me a robot and overcoaching me and let me rely on my instincts. Good.
He sucks. He's not good.
No. If they let him play with instincts, let's
if they let him play with instincts, he's a running back.
Let's separate
the two. Wills have a blockbuster
There's
in the works.
good quarterbacks and good fantasy quarterbacks.
Dan just traded for Laporta. Will Martinez. Dan just traded for Laporta.
I'm keeping Laporta. Connor and McLaurin for Joe Mixon is being offered. James Conner and McLaurin for that's not a put that through the analyzer.
You know it.
Watch out for Will.
You know it.
Watch out for Will B.
Yeah, Will B just said what I'm saying. Let that man run. That man is 150 yards a game if they let him run. Passing yards is just a bonus.
I'm not going to worry about Josh Reynolds.
Turn him loose.
Will. I had him. Should have just kept him. Had him. Dropped him. Jeez. Well,
Nick, I agree. Make me an offer running yards are points too. Running yards are points too. We're talking fantasy here. We're not talking about Justin Fields as a great quarterback. Fantasy. You do know that you get 10 yards, you get 1 point. You need 25 yards passing to get the same 1 point. So
hey, Will, I learned from Farhan. You just flip guys before you even give them a uniform. That trade has been rejected by Trock. It came across the wire.
Could be, Matthew. Could be.
Rejected. That's all right. I've been in sales all my life. I'm used to rejection. But I don't stop. I keep coming.
I rejected your trade.
Yep. I said I'm rejected all the time. Not all the time. Just keep trying keep selling.
You don't know if you don't ask. That's the trick
right.
about sales.
Come on, I want some real deals to get done, like in the next 20 minutes. Some smoking deals.
Speaking of deals, 49ers, you think they should trade some of their running back assets to some of these teams that have?
They may as well. They don't use them.
Yeah, you know, hey, it's the McCaffrey show, and they got 4 legit running backs on that squad. You might as well make some moves.
Hey, get a fifth
If
rounder
make a
from the
piece.
Browns for
Hey, TD
TDP.
Price could pull you something, I bet, or Mason.
TDP. Get a
No,
fifth
I'm
rounder.
keeping Mason. I'm keeping Mason.
Yeah, I heard on a radio show today that they're not going to play Mason because he fumbles. Like when?
Trade him.
Like he never plays. What, in practice?
Yeah, he
Is
only
that what we're
fumbled
doing?
in the
We're not letting-
preseason, right? Was that the only game
So
he
what?
fumbled in?
So what? It's the preseason.
Exactly.
That kid, when he was given a chance, was a stud.
Look at Jake Moody. He missed all his kicks in preseason.
Exactly.
Look at him
Who
now.
cares about the preseason? I heard that today. I'm like, really? Go ahead, run McCaffrey 30 times a game. When we
Get
need
him
him at the end
injured.
of the year and he's all banged up, don't cry and complain.
Yeah,
What are
you're
doing,
up 2
man?
scores with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And they don't need Ayuk to beat the Giants tomorrow. Like they'll have 10 days off until week 4. Let that shoulders don't just like that in 4 days heal. They don't need Ayuk to beat the Giants. They really don't. They got enough talent to run the ball right at them.
Put in Ronnie Bell. He already proved in preseason he could do it. Put in Ronnie Bell. He'll run those routes.
Hey,
he's
facts. I like Ronnie.
He's
Bell.
like a little Debo. I wouldn't call him an Ayuk type wide receiver. He's more of a Debo, but he plays. He'll block. Yeah. He does some things that I think he's impressed in the preseason for a rookie. So
AMF, that's a good call. McKivitz did play well. Yeah, I definitely called him out. He played well, no doubt.
He's got
to do that every week though.
Against nobodies.
Yeah, he wasn't going up against Aaron Donald. I don't even know who the Rams pass rusher was.
Right, like please try to name me their edge rusher that McKivitz was going against.
Yeah, I do reject trades. That's why I'm probably going to cut out. Gentlemen, I'll let you guys stay on here another 2 hours and commit and do one trade.
I'm gonna go out.
I saw what you guys did that one time. 3.5 hours and like one trade went through. Like
I don't think any trade went through.
Yeah, exactly. So peace, brothers.
Take these those.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night too. I got
all right,
homework.
All right,
have a good one, man.
You guys.
See you.
Thanks, bro. Have a good one. So
they're dropping like flies.
Yeah, they're dropping like flies. All right, let me see here. Hold on 1 second. So where are you living, Truck? What part of
I live in Monterey County.
Monterey County. That's right. You were going down from coming home.
So we should plan. We don't know each other, but maybe if I make a trade, we can make it work. A golf trip or a little something in spring training. I think that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. That would be really cool.
Dan's trying to do a trade. He ain't even paying attention.
I'm listening.
That'd be great. Yeah, bring it on.
As he's doing
you golf?
No, not I.
Let's see. What do we got?
I went golfing in your region a little while ago up in Stockton area.
Oh, Stockton.
Spanos.
Oh, Stockton. Ooh.
All right.
A little rough depending on where you're at. There's some nice areas. I'm not
There
going to
is some
shit on
nice
Stockton. There's some nice areas.
Nick is saying red wine.
Yes, sir. A little bit of red wine. It's good for you, is what the doctors have said on the internet.
They say it's supposed to be good for your heart. Yeah.
All right, MF.
Look at that.
Well, Heroku, you said you wanted that double up, man. You asked for Reed and Watson once before. You got Jordan Love. You're trying to get Chase or Burrow. You were trying to get Burrow, so you could double up. I just gave you 2 receivers. Plus you got Love already. There you go. I did, MF.
Will, why are you trying to get White back? You just traded him to Dan. After I traded him to you. What's going on?
Reynolds and Gus
This is a
Edwards.
wheeling and dealing league. I didn't know I was getting into.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
You got some clown that runs the NorCal Sports Network likes to chew things up, get some things going.
Well, it's working for you. Are you undefeated, Dan?
No, I lost game 1 to Will B. Will B says we have a blockbuster in the works.
Heroku says, I can't trade Chase that low.
How is
give me
is
an offer
Burrow
right. Not yet.
Not yet. They haven't said nothing.
Okay, so
It affects me. I got T. Higgins, so it affects me a little bit too, but it seems like
Yeah, I hear you.
is getting the benefit of all that.
Burrow's my damn quarterback, and I ain't getting nothing from him. Nothing.
all right.
I tried to vote against the trade last minute. Will Martinez.
Tried to vote against what trade?
Don't know.
How many went through?
Man, I haven't even. I better take a gander, see what the heck is going on here.
All right, here we go. League. Post trade. MF.
Dan, you picked up DTR.
I did.
Is he doing something or?
No, he's not playing. He's behind Watson.
He looks good.
Just a gut check, that gut feeling that Watson's going to get sent to the bench or something if he keeps, They got DTR there for a reason. Yeah, and he might get suspended too.
What'd he do? Graduate from hand jobs to blow jobs?
He
What happened?
bumped a ref.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weren't the first thing he tried to bump into.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Okay, let's see.
I think DTR would stand out though, and I couldn't be happier for a guy like that to just show out. I think he's a stud. I think he's going to be a good player just on the bench. He's going to have a good arc coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I love the kid. Loved him at UCLA. Thought he was just awesome to watch. I thought the Niners might have, when they were doing this whole Trey Lance thing, I thought they might, try and package that. But just similar type. But he's way quicker than Lance.
No, I think he's a better athlete than Lance.
Oh yeah,
that's the wild thing about it.
Yeah.
Look at the moves in this league.
What do we got?
You got Gabe with 3 moves. You got Go Buck Yourself with 8 moves. Buster's Boys.
Wait.
8 moves.
Go Buck. Well, 14 moves.
3 moves by Brock.
That's
the
all.
bad guy, 4 moves. Sean with 1.
Yeah, Sean doesn't.
Heroku with 8. Trock with 2. Purdy with 2. MF with 4.
Hey, MF last year led the Krug League in transactions.
And how many was that?
I don't remember. It was a lot.
This is incredible. Wow.
Eric, I got to be honest. You might want to start making some moves down there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I can't say much. I think you have more.
I got decent guy. They're just not doing nothing.
Oh no, you do. Nothing. That's right. You got Burrow.
I got Burrow and Lawrence, which I thought were gonna be good, but Lawrence hasn't really done much. Burrow hasn't done anything. So that right there, it just makes everything.
What does Eric have?
I ain't trading. Did you see the text? I ain't trading.
I'll give you Josh Allen for Lawrence and and Cook.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Whoa, you just turned down that deal?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm staying pat.
You wouldn't take Josh Allen?
I'm
And
just gonna. I'm a stick. You want Josh Allen for Burrow?
Well, that's a good trade.
no, I don't.
Okay.
What do we got here?
Do you know who's statistically my best
come on.
quarterback? It's either Cousins or Matt Stafford.
What are you saying about Stafford and Cousins?
He's statistically like one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, I was going to make you an offer for Stafford, but
Well, let's make it even.
yeah, I have to. Let's see what this one is. Oh, come on. Will Martinez.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins statistically year to date or season to date is the best quarterback in fantasy football.
Huh.
Wow.
Matt Stafford is my second best quarterback. That's wild. Interesting. You wouldn't think that from the draft day, but it is today.
Yeah.
MF, what you got? Send me a trade.
The only problem is Heroku is Chase ain't going to get you nothing with Burrow doing nothing. That's going to be the problem right there. That's the problem.
Heroku wants Burrow. If he was coming after me if I was looking at his team, let me see his team. I should know it. Made about 20 different trade offers back and forth, the two of us. Haruku's got Chase. He wants Burrow. You know what
For
I
my
would do?
sake, Heroku, I hope so too, because that means my guy's doing something. That's what I'm hoping.
If he wants to give you Burrow, or if he wants Burrow, see if he'll give you Pollard and I'd ask if he wants Burrow. I'd ask for Jordan Love and because you have what's his name Dobbs, right? Eric,
What's that? I'm sorry.
you have Dobbs, right?
Yeah.
Make him an offer. Make him. So you want Jordan Love and Tony Pollard?
I ain't making no moves, man.
Serious, man. You'll make your team better. You'll get two starters.
When I got two quarterbacks who aren't producing, if those two guys actually produce, then it won't be so much.
Yeah, but
You see what I'm saying?
You don't have any. Who's your backs?
James Cook and Pacheco.
Yeah, go get Pollard.
For who?
For Burrow. Get Pollard and Jordan Love. Offer him that for Burrow.
Oh my, no way.
Why?
It's a 2-quarterback league. Who am I going to stick in there? Garoppolo?
Jordan Love.
Oh, Jordan.
I mean, you get better at running back. You lose a little bit at quarterback, but you also got Dobbs. And if he gets TD pass to Dobbs, you got like 12 points. Boom.
Yeah.
You need points. You ain't going anywhere with Burrow.
That's what it seems like. I don't know.
I mean,
I might have to give it one more week and we'll see. Just to see what happens.
But I would go after Pollard, man. He's if he wants Burrow, that's Burrow's a top 15 talent.
I I see what he's trying to do. He wants that team. He wants that, Burrow to chase. I
Yeah.
get it.
All right. We got any let me see if I can.
I got a trade from Go Buck Yourself. I'll read it to you guys.
Oh, he throws out. Okay. Will Martinez says this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of them. He just
Who you
sitting there
for?
competing with Dan. Travis Kelce for Njoku and Gus Edwards.
No. I wouldn't do that.
Just because you said so, Dan, I'm gonna cancel it. I was gonna accept it, but now you said so. You said so. I'm gonna cancel it.
Oh man.
He's like, God, got it, Dan. No, I mean, Gus, I had Edwards, but he's okay. But
The problem, I'll tell you this: the problem with trading Kelce is I'm trading the best player at his position.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's got to be worth something that makes me better, because automatically trading Kelce makes me worse, no matter how you slice it. So if there's something that made me better at a position I was weak in that replaced my tight end position, the problem here's I'll say the big problem with my team for a trade capacity is I have Austin Eckler. He's not even playing right now, and it's a piece, but it's not a big piece. And then I got Deontay Johnson on IR.
you're kind
The
of
players come back. There's players that are coming back. So Kelce is holding my team right now.
You're kind of
At
thin
that
in
position.
wide receiver. You got your third wide receiver is Thielen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little thin right there. You're not bad with Higgins and Brown. But the problem with Brown is he's on a crappy team. With a crappy,
there could be some trades. Who knows? Players could be traded.
yeah. Yeah.
Justice Hill is a player I'm going to lean on a little bit too here coming up. Well, never mind. He might have a little injury too. So,
Yeah.
Jimmy says the discrepancy between Kelce, the number 1 tight end, and the number 2 tight end is more than any other position.
Who said that, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Jimmy
Jimmy,
Dean.
our man. That's right. Kelsey's value goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Although I had him in a trade with you, Dan, I do believe. Or maybe it was Eric. I did propose one trade with Kelce in it, and it was shot down. I can't remember.
No, it wasn't. You didn't give me. Yeah, I don't think you.
Really?
No, it wasn't with me.
I can find. Let me see here. I don't know if there's a history of it, but I think it was something.
I think you. I'm trying to. Your emails, I think, will show.
The emails will show. I don't know if I
Yeah.
have proposed. Let me go back. It's only a week.
Will Martinez. Thanks everyone for lifting Kelsey's stock up.
That's right. It's going to take a lot to get them. I'll trade them for cash. I mean, I'm not.
Oh no! Let's not go there. Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's not even go there. Damn!
Oh man!
This place almost blew up because of the.
Is that what happened in the past?
No way! It wasn't Andrews and Paul.
It was when Dan and Los were joking around, talking about trading players for cash.
I'll be like, hey, $75 is an easy trade. I'm not gonna lie. $75, yours.
Funny, Eric. Funny. He goes, what's my shirt size? Hey, remember, I'm not the only 0-2 team in this league. Go pick on him.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to hang on to what I got more when I think about it. It's
It was Hiroku who said Chuck sent me one trade for Kelsey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to let me see. I wonder if I did this.
Let me ask you this: Who's so the 0-2 teams? Who has the better chance of winning this week? I think is a fun one. So
Probably Bora.
Well, Bora plays me. This
Are you
week.
playing him?
I'm playing Bora.
Oh, you are. Okay.
I am, and I'm supposed to beat him. This is, of course, Yahoo. Yahoo
Right.
says I'm supposed to beat him by 12 points. And Eric, you are supposed to. You're
Lose.
pretty close. You're going to lose by 5 points, according to Yahoo.
Yeah, that's such a. There's no
rhyme or reason because you don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. Injuries.
Well, that's prediction basis. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't know till the final outcome of the game, and it is fantasy football, so really don't know. But I do think I'm going to beat Bora, even though he has scored some puntos.
Yeah, he
this
scored
week.
he scored a lot of points. Yep.
Yeah.
Will
But I
Martinez
think-
says he will be 0-3. Bora will be 0-3.
I think so. But I think my money would be on you, Eric, to win this week. I will say that.
We'll see. I hope.
If I was a betting man, which I am, I would say you would win.
MF is playing Proctor. Watch out for CMC, man. That guy.
Also, MF, good job last week. He won less than a half a point last week. I just want to point that out.
Wow.
Oh yes, you had
Less
you
than
had
a half a point.
because your
Yeah.
running back. I was watching your running back on Monday night. Couldn't Sanders?
They took him out. He hurt himself, I guess. Like he was there. He just needed a catch. It didn't happen.
Oh man,
MF got me last week by less than a half a point.
wow.
So if we play again, I'm coming back for blood.
There you go.
I think you guys might play again. Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got. Let's check this out. We got Will B in the green room.
Yep, we do.
Gabe's. Hey, wait a minute. Before we.
I know where he's going with this.
You do, because you've been around me too long to know my takes.
Just because of his football name or football team name, he's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Bring him on in.
All right, here we go.
Good burger at ABB. San Francisco, literally dripping with flavor. The soft,
Sneaky good.
real crunch. Nobody's number two. Straight toe to toe with the burger. Jalapeno chips, the perfect spicy complement, and that's a smoky Scotch cocktail, with just the right amount of maple syrup to balance the smoke. A+ vibes and service. Highly recommend.
Balance the smoke.
Sneaky good burger at ABB in the Mission. Best I've had in San Francisco. Literally dripping with flavor.
I
The
know.
soft shell crab tacos pack real crunch. Nobody's
tacos.
number two. Straight toe to toe with the burger. Jalapeno chips, the perfect spicy complement, and that's a smoky Scotch cocktail with just the right amount of maple syrup to balance the smoke. A+ vibes and service. Highly recommend.
Balance the smoke. There you go.
There you go.
We should have a review of the Giants and his managerial style.
Yeah, there you
I'd
go.
love to see
Yeah.
that.
Oh
I'd
man,
come in on the fantasy football thing. I love fantasy football, so
I know you do, man. You're
I'm about it, bro.
aren't you a diamond or whatever the top thing is on there?
Yeah, what's funny is I don't even really do Yahoo that much. Actually, I actually do ESPN. I also do NFL as well. NFL.com has their own little fantasy league. It's not too bad.
Will, give
All
us
right.
your secrets to success Not so for this league, but for other leagues. I'd love to hear it because you are a stud in your right. So I'd love to hear it.
Oh yeah, basically just a lot of research, man. I'm a commercial insurance broker by trade, so I'm really into numbers, and I just when it come to stats and ECR, expert consensus ranking and stuff like that, I'm all about it. And when it comes to drafting, that comes into a big part of when I'm making my drafts. That's why I drafted 2 quarterbacks, and I got a little bit of flack about that in the chat when I did that, but it's paying off so far. So.
Do you say you crunch numbers?
I crunch the numbers, man. Oh God, I have no relation to that piece. Never mind.
Dan missed it.
Wait, he's running the Giants front office.
Oh man! As soon as you said the number crunching stuff, I was like, "Oh."
I could probably balance the whole thing better than you can. That guy's
you probably could,
joke, bro.
You probably could.
I made a comment on Locked In. What's that Locked In Giants channel? That big
Ben Castick.
Ben Castick. Yeah.
Yeah. I left a little comment on there about 3 or 4 hours ago. So I'd rather watch this. I'd rather watch a dog take a dump than watch this freaking team. And I mean, it's just. Come on. It's boring.
I know.
It's boring, guys.
And thank God today, hopefully it will all come down to a crashing in as far as that front office is concerned. But we'll find out.
Hope so, man. I mean, what are we gonna do next year? I mean, I almost rather not even watch a damn thing. We'll have by that time we'll have basketball, hockey will be in play.
Yeah.
If you're a hockey fan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sharks
blow, but hey, you know what? Cool, whatever. Hockey's hockey.
Yeah, next
Truck.
Stop. Go ahead, brother. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I think I was probably the only degenerate in the chat that owned up to knowing what your background was. So, the background on the image that you had there in the background, the casting couch.
Oh yeah, and I saw that. I wanted to give you. Did I give you a shout out? I would have loved to. I saw it, and don't worry, you're not the only one.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not the only one. I'm the first one to admit it, man. I got no shame.
No. I mean. You understand that I'm a talent acquisition specialist.
You are a talent acquisition specialist.
I'm going to tell you something.
That's right.
Why does everyone tell me I got to get rid of Burrow and it's only after week 2? Why?
Well,
I'll tell you this. As a talent acquisition specialist,
there you go.
He doesn't go the extra mile. He doesn't want to make $500 to $5,000 a day and just take direction. That's the biggest problem with Joe Burrow right now.
Man, this sucks, man. I don't know. Is it that injury? Is it his leg?
It's probably nagging him. It's probably nagging him. I think I have a little bit of an issue with Jalen Hurts myself. And I think with Hurts and Burrow, I think they've been kind of figured out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
That's also what I kind of think about with Josh Allen, too. He's kind of been figured out. And if you notice, all 3 of these quarterbacks have been kind of struggling struggling in quotes, right? They're still great.
Trevor Lawrence, he's been a little bit better, but it's the same. He's not really putting up those numbers that I thought he would.
That was really weird, man. I mean, so I looked at it and I went back and I watched a few clips on it. He had about 4 touchdown throws that were dropped in the end zone by his receivers.
Oh.
Ridley missed 1 or 2 touchdowns. Ingram missed another one, and Zay Jones missed another one as well. So he potentially could have had 4 touchdowns in that game. His receivers just did not get the job done at all. Ridley was a non-factor, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I'm done here. I thought Carlo would have beat my butt this week, but.
And it's funny because I had Kirk on the bench because I was like, okay, there's no way he's going to.
Went off.
I know.
So with that offense, it's kind of they have a lot of mouths to feed. So if you have anybody, including Zay Jones, I know he's on the waiver wire. Someone might want to snag him because I think he's going to get some targets as well. I mean, it might be a matchup kind of related thing that Trevor Lawrence does. You'll feed one mouth one day and then the other next.
Right. And then I got Metcalf, who now looks like he didn't practice today, so that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, what has he got going on?
His ribs.
Well, he had that last year, ribs, I think.
Well,
Ayuk's got ribs too, right?
Who's that?
Ayuk.
Neck, shoulder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hopefully you play. I don't know. I don't think we need to play tomorrow at all. We'll whip the Giants no problem without him.
Oh yeah, they don't have the running back either, right?
No, Saquon's out. They got Matt Breida.
Trying to find the league. Where's the?
I can't wait till we'll play some different guys at running back, and I hope they take the Giants approach and platoon that running back.
They need to, dude.
They're going to be good.
The thing with McCaffrey is, he historically misses about 4 games out of the season every year. Because that's all they had in Carolina. They just give the ball off to him, and he'd go get injured. He had a hamstring, he had a calf, so on and so forth. They need to start kind of backing off on him. But Elijah Mitchell is wonderful. That dude is a beast. And Jordan Mason. I mean, our whole running back depth is just amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Carlo P, is that that's Carlo P in our league, right?
Yeah.
That's
yes.
Brock the Party.
I think so. Yeah, that's Carlo P. Yeah. He's the one that lost both of his running backs.
Hey, I sent you a. Did I send you one? Yeah, I sent you a deal. Just take a look at your Yahoo app and either counter, reject, or accept. Yeah.
I thought we had a pretty good deal today there, Eric, man. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll think about it. Huh? We can revisit it.
I can't even remember what it was.
James Conner and
McLaurin?
Oh, for James. Yeah, the problem is James Cook is my only good running back right now.
Who were you offering? What was it? What were you getting?
I was going to give him James Conner and Charbonnet.
And
that was it.
Oh, that was it for Cook?
For Cook, yeah.
Did you get 2 backs?
Yeah, because he has Deion Jackson as a running back on his bench. It's going to be a matter of time before Kenneth Walker gets injured, and Charbonnet will take over for him.
Yeah, see, the problem is Pacheco. Now, I read today that he may not go on Sunday. So,
what kind of back are you looking for? You want? Send me that. That was Conner and
Charbonnet
for Cook.
For Cook, yeah.
You want that deal for White?
Let me see where I have White on my projections.
Oh, look at this analytics.
He's a professional.
I'd say it will be. Honestly, I thought you had one of the better drafts. I think it was very smart on your part going quarterback back to back. I looked at your team. I was like, yeah, that's a good move.
What's funny is that's the first time I've done that. I usually go running back first, and
well, the 2 quarterback lead. Who was your quarterbacks? You went Hurts and then who else?
Hurts and Herbert.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got Herbert.
Let me see. I got Rashad White at RB23, and I got James Conner at RB21 for the rest of the season. Let me think about that a little bit. Rashad White fell 6 spots this last week. Why did he fall 6? Did he get hurt?
No, I don't think so. Is he questionable? Let me look.
He was predicted to be RB17.
No, he's fine. He's not listed as questionable or anything.
I'll think about that one. I actually probably wouldn't be a bad trade, to be honest. That's about the same tier. I'm kind of looking forward for James Conner.
Yeah, where you have Conner at 21?
Yeah, I have Conner at 21.
Interesting how that.
Just below that, I have Javonte Williams, and then it's Rashad White, and then Kyron Williams.
Yeah, MF was pretty. He paid quite a bit for it. But,
man, he freaking unloaded on that dude.
I mean, he got Puka, but one thing I think about Puka is I think they'll catch up with him a little bit. He's going to make catches, but he hasn't got any TDs yet. But he's not very quick. He's strong, but he gets open. I don't know. I just think when Kupp comes back, he'll go. I don't know if Kupp's coming back in week 5 or if he's going to be longer. Sometimes those hammies are all they can keep you down all year long if you don't get it right.
Yeah, when they say day to day,
yeah, that's a bunch of doo doo.
Think about long term.
Yeah,
that's funny how if I was 2-0. My team would be different. I would take some chances, trade some guys, and then make some gambles.
The thing is, you got to stack up wins early. You just got to take.
Yeah,
them.
that's the key because like
bye weeks, yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, right? You have him on your bench, and I'm like, let's say if you're 0-2, Dan, I was 2-0. I'd make some deals and I'd try to do it. I know he's gonna be on my bench. I'm not gonna give you my starters. I'd give you a bench that would probably help your team out, and I'd take him and I'd stash him and see if it worked out for me. But if it's not, I mean, if it doesn't work out, trade doesn't work out for me, I don't care because I know that I'm going to be fine there. But I'm only going to try to stack, as is. So that's my analytics.
Yeah, my weak spot right now is running back. I'm pretty good on a receiver at the moment. I got McLaurin on the block, man. I'm open for business on him and Connor, obviously.
Yeah, I've got a lot of receivers. I need
Joshua Kelly. I'll get rid of Joshua Kelly. If anybody wants Joshua Kelly, I'll get rid of him too. Charbonnet, I'll get rid of him. I'm holding on to Roshan Johnson. He'll be the starter here pretty soon. I also have Jeff Wilson on my IR, who will be the starter in Miami when they come
couple
back.
Weeks.
Yeah.
I might be interested in Wilson and but you got a lot of. What are you looking for? Receivers or backs?
I need a running back. I need something other than Connor. Like I don't have an issue with Connor. He's a workhorse. I need depth is what I need.
I'll make a trade in 2 weeks. Let me know.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Right now, a little rough, a little thin, but in 2 weeks, stable should be good.
Haruku says he traveled to Minnesota for a hammy. What, to get a doctor to look at it or what?
If that's the case, then
right there, dude.
He's done.
That's not good,
man.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get a hand. Didn't Hunter Pence a few years ago have to have surgery on a hammy? I think he did. Pretty sure he did. Like in 2017, 18, when he came back or whatever. I think it was like 17 or 18, one of those years. I think he had to have surgery on it. I mean,
I know what's his name? The guy that used to play for the A's. That's the ultimate. What's his name? Man, he's always on the radio on MLB Network.
Oh, Eric Burns.
Yeah,
Eric
he
Burns?
had both of his hammies. I think he had surgeries on.
Holy crap! How do you?
Yeah.
How common is that? The only times you hear about that is like when it pops off the bone or something like that.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he said he had surgery on, but I could have sworn that's what he talked about. That's what ended his career.
Yeah,
I watched this.
Is Bernsey doing a show with Will Clark? I see the clips. Are they doing a true show?
Yeah, what is it called? God, it was on this morning. I saw the notification.
Yeah, they got a podcast. Oh my gosh, what's it called?
It's pretty good.
Oh, I can't remember.
So I can find this thing real quick. No Filter Network.
No Filter. That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna end this thing anyway. I'm gonna get going. We've been going for almost 3 hours.
Almost 3, like we did yesterday.
Yeah. So maybe I'll look some deals over. I've been kind of thinking of holding Pat. I've been thinking I'm gonna analyzing some things. I think I'm gonna keep Taylor probably.
Well, it looks like Los is doing some work.
Los is running some deals.
Yeah, I added and dropped some guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. We have the other set of waivers today, I think.
That's right. Yeah. So, all right, guys, I am going to head out. We'll be back. I don't know if I was going to do a show tomorrow night. Forgot the Niners game was on. So the Giants, maybe we'll do one after the Giants game. We'll do a combo, maybe about 10 o'clock or so. So do something tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks to Will, Trock, Sean, Bora, Carlos, Eric, our guest, Sean, and Kyle. We got
Robert.
Trock, Robert. Yeah, everybody out in the chat. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Arrivederci. Ciao.
Woo!